what we normally do this year. You happy with your run?
I'm happy with our performance, with our plays, but we need to be
Hello, Biruders.
a bit more upper. I think for us it's not the
हेलो बीरोडर्स, आज हम ना की गेम खेलेंगे, आज हम गेम खेलते हुए देखेंगे, बहुत मज़ेदार। और तो भाई हमारा फेवरेट टीम तो है ही। तो भाई बिना हम कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे, अभी मैच शुरू हो गया, मैच शुरू होने के बाद मैं कुछ बोलूँगा, तब तक हम सुनते रहेंगे भाई।
Like, yeah, we've done pretty well, but we're not stopping. Got to keep playing, got to keep winning. I like the attitude, you know. Admittedly, sure, I'm biased because we've got to talk to a member of the team, but hey, it's cool. It's nice to see that they're not just sort of resting on their laurels. It's the last game of the season. They're guaranteed playoffs. They're still taking this just as seriously. And the other thing is, we don't prepare differently for any team.
Yeah,
it's good that they're not. I don't want to say being spooked, but they're not sort of giving their opponents any. I don't know, any extra. I can't think of the words to describe what I'm trying to say here, but like they're not overall underprepared is what I'm trying to say. They're just taking every opponent at face value, treating every game, just heading in ready to go. So yeah, I think it'll be fun. I'm hoping for 3 maps, obviously. I reckon Spirit can definitely push it to 3. I don't know about taking the series, but I definitely think push it to 3. Where are you at? Are you 2-0 either way, 2-1?
Well, the main thing, to take out of that interview there, I suppose, for myself was his desire, like, regardless, it's like, well, look, we've done well, we've qualified, and to, move from times where you've been sort of playing MDL and moving up the divisions, now coming into Pro League, qualifying for the playoff stage, like, that's awesome, that's super cool, but to then not be, laying back, relaxed, and being like, all right, sweet, we've qualified, they're like, no, we haven't done enough, we need to win more, we need to do our job. So, yeah, look, I'm probably on the same light. I don't think I'll change my mind. I do really want the 3 maps, as always. We'll get into the vetoes in just a minute, of course, but I do think it will likely be that 2-0 for Astralis, S-Tag, and obviously Bubsky as well, who when they do ultimate have been playing really, really well, and with Glaive back at the helm, I don't really see any differences there. So really hope Team Spirit can step up, but Astralis is always a fearful opponent.
And it is indeed, just to confirm, it is S-Tag playing tonight for the Astralis lineup, and
map choosing,
that is something that we need to look at, because it's such a different thing that they're doing with the approach of rotating players in and out. But the Astralis roster, 4 of the names you'd expect, and rounding things out, and then of course on Team Spirit, everyone you would expect. And these guys have been impressing me recently. I've watched a little bit of their play, and they are really good. We will talk more about them in a little bit, though, as Astralis here on your screens, the team that was world #1 for so long. So long, and recently not performing as well as you'd expect, but this is a bunch of names that you're never going to count out.
Please wait. Bhai, back jayega.
Incredible player. Dupree can be super consistent, obviously the big lines of Glaive, and it's just a roster that's always been a household name for so long, and it's again really exciting to be able to cast a team like this. So that's a super cool feeling. I do think the 7-man roster, poor familiar face about it. I mean, it gives players like S-Tag and Bubsky
so long, and recently,
like the young talent coming up, especially in Bubsky.
Astralis में ये कब आया?
Opportunity. It's like, hey, want to join Astralis? Like,
ये टी-शर्ट Fnatic की है?
That's a really
Fnatic है? ये 4 Astralis?
भाई
तो कौन नहीं है?
Bichipex, and they could still run and play.
ये हुआ था क्या कभी? मालूम नहीं भाई, हमको नहीं
मालूम. Because it's a long way to sort of reclaim your throne, I guess.
पता नहीं क्या हो गया.
Yeah, it is. And not to get too sidetracked, but they're not the only ones now. Henry G's already said that new Cloud9 roster is going to have an active 6th player, so not sure how that's going to work yet, but I'm really interested to follow that whole project. Anyway, turning our attention back to this series, Astralis versus Team Spirit, we of course need to do the veto, so we'll be having a look at things here. Looking at the maps, we should have Astralis banning Mirage, Spirit banning Vertigo. That's just their perm bans pretty much all the time. Exactly, there it is. Now, this is where the more interesting part comes in. I think we see a nuke. I said this last series, and I was wrong again. But I feel like Astralis go for a nuke. I wouldn't mind seeing something like an overpass from Team Spirit. Astralis have not really played that so much recently, and while Spirit haven't either, they've got 5 plays on it. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Dust 2 is something that both teams have put quite a few reps in on as well, but I think an overpass could be cool. I'm also biased because overpass is probably my favorite map in the game, maybe tied with Train. But I think it'll be cool. I would be surprised if we didn't get a nuke out of Astralis, but we'll see. The thing is, we've got 5 maps that realistically any could be played.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, obviously there's always that idea of the perm ban, but when you get to this level, you have to have a very, very diverse map pool, right? You know, especially even in that best of 5 format, you can only still ban that one map and that's it. You've got to be ready to play everything whenever you do need. In the best of 3, of course, they do the 2 bans, the 2 picks, 2 bans, and then left over. So I'm in the same boat as you. Also, a big shout to all the Train fans out there. I appreciate that one. It's always nice to see it. But yeah, Nuke, another amazing map. It's you know, so diverse. There's so much strategy you can take to it, as obviously we previously discussed. But yeah, so look, I'm in the exact same boat. Honestly, I'll be you know, straightforward in the sense that I have no idea what is going to come out of this veto, and I'm really excited to see that. You know, sometimes when you put in all the extra hours, like trying to work out what may actually happen, sometimes something different will unfold, and that's where it really sort of excites me. So regardless of whatever these 2 teams play, I think we're going to have a pretty solid series.
And that's the problem with being an outside observer and analyst. You're like, I can give it my best guess, but because you're not in those teams' minds, they're just like, the picks, I reckon we should probably have a look at them now and see exactly what we have coming up. There's the overpass pick and the Nuke pick, so there you go. I actually got something right for one time in my life. I will now be accepting donations for my apparent prophetic.
पहला मैप ओवरपास
और ओवरपास ओ भाई फिर नो Astralis haven't really put any reps in. According to HLTV, there are 0 maps played in the last 3 months with this core. Now, obviously, that doesn't speak to scrims, that doesn't speak to anything else they've been doing. And while I didn't actually go and check this theory, I'm sure I've seen them play overpass in the past. So, while I managed to play it as much recently, I think that's certainly a map that we're capable on. But it's been a decent one for Spirit so far. And of course, the Nuke pick for them. I mean, Astralis have played it 6 times recently and they've won all 6. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. Worth noting as well, the last time these 2 teams played was in March. Way back in ESL Pro League season 11, so ancient history apparently. March was simultaneously yesterday and 10 years ago, according to the way that this year works. But they played Nuke and Dust 2. Astralis won both 16-8 on Nuke and 16-6 on D2. So we'll have to see exactly how it goes down, but I think Nuke is going to be a tight one.
Genius World Records 2013.
Toss up. What are you thinking? Give me a gut reaction. What map we got?
Oh god, what do we have left? I'm going to think Inferno, to be honest. Like, I could be absolutely wrong. You know, it just seems to be that map that quite regularly ends up being the 3rd. So I'll go with Inferno. But yeah, look, I'm confident that I think just off the picks alone, you know, thinking back to your comment about how do Australia's fare on an overpass, all I can think of is that like Dupree frag from Pillar on B, like with the Deagle, just man's incredible. So
for months.
That's right, exactly. So they've, you know, they're well vested in overpass, and I think they'd be pretty confident. But it would be nice to see if Spirit can take that off and shake them up. So you know, that way you go full throttle into Nuke, see if they can pull it out. But yeah, anything can happen in this series, man. That's the really cool thing about a matchup like this.
I also think we might see a Dust 2. Maybe it's statistically one that's better for Spirit. They have more reps on it, but Astralis are no slouches on any of these. So could be pretty much anything except for what's already been banned in pick. Obviously, let's see it ban Dust 2. There you go. So Inferno will be our 3rd. So Overpass Nuke Inferno is a really solid map pool. Not gonna lie, if I had to pick like my 3 maps that were favorite, it'd be Overpass, Train, Nuke. To watch, that is. To play, no, because matchmaking on Nuke is
pretty good.
Dude, even trying to play T-side on Train with people that like aren't synergized with you, it's impossible. You try and
hey guys, let's execute A. Does that mean I go brown halls for 2 minutes and then drop ladder with 3 seconds left? Does that help?
Or run straight out to teammate and everyone's just dead immediately, and it's like, oh, okay, that's where we're starting right now.
It's like 2 people throwing smokes and 3 people running through Ivy with Tech 9s, and you're just like, well, why? Anyway, fortunately, we wanted to witness that because these are actual good teams and good players. And I'm no good at the game, which is why I'm here with a microphone and not a keyboard and mouse. But I think this is going to be exciting. This is a really solid map pool. I'm hoping there is... Well, I think there's a solid chance for Spirit to put some work into this one. I'm hoping they will. I'd like 3. The last series was a bit of a blowout. Of course, very well played by Na'Vi, but, you know, I'd like to get some 3 maps. We've already committed to staying up all night. We might as well get some good Counter-Strike out of it, right?
Basically, yeah. And like, how cool is that? You know, I'm just sort of pinching myself a little bit, to be honest. Like, I do want to say a big shout out to everyone who is watching and supporting.
What better snakes can move their tanks further forward to make it easier to buy things.
It is the final night, of course, and of the groups before it does move on to the playoffs shortly. But there's been so much good CS on lately. It's just been really nice to experience it all. So yeah, first series.
Oh no, really firmly.
G2 brought it back slightly, and they were able or at least sort of give us something to witness. Inferno was a little bit more impressive, whereas Train was a bit more one-sided. Obviously, we managed to speak to Blade afterwards. What he thought about that? And it was basically, yeah, look, we picked Train because we knew we were going to roll them, and they did exactly that. So now moving into these 3 potentially maps with Astralis and Spirit. I'm excited, Tim. I hope you are as well.
Absolutely.
It's 11:30 for me, 1:30 for you guys, and then I think now 5:30 over CST. So
man, we are
it's a
here
wild time
9-6
in the world, but we've got some Counter-Strike, and I'm really excited for it.
We absolutely do. I'm very keen. It's worth noting as well, just in case you are following along and don't have the wider context of what's happening in Pro League, both of these teams are in the top 4. In fact, Astralis is first in their group. So no matter what happens this game, both teams will have qualified. It doesn't really change too much in that way. So like when we spoke to Sunday Young just before, the pressure's off for the Spirit. Pressure's off, obviously, for Astralis. Having a look at the GG bet odds against Team Spirit, but not too uneven, to be honest, considering it was, 1 to 8 in the second map of G2 versus Navi.
You know, obviously Spirit, I think that's pretty fair. You know, obviously Spirit are definitely the outsider, the dark horse, but they are well and truly worth a stab here for sure. Astralis is going to be hard favorites, but that is always some pressure to live up to, but I'm super keen to get into this one.
Absolutely. First map, we'll be heading into Overpass.
भाई मैच चालू ये म्यूजिक है मैच चालू
so we're digging into it in just a moment. Be cool to see this new Astralis
बिल्कुल भाई
roster
बिल्कुल बहुत बढ़िया
in the new 6-7 man lineup. Obviously there's only 5 of them in the server, but hey, it's going to be a good time. Also worth noting, we do have our friend Komodo joining us on OBS.
We do.
We had Turtle also.
भाई माइक डिस्कलिंग के साथ में मौका मिला है चौका मार देते हैं.
We've got Komodo in for this one, so shout out my boy running the cameras for us.
बहुत तगड़ा. भाई मैच चालू
we go. Astralis on that CT side. 4 players onto B. Just the 1 player here, Device, contesting it Fountain on his own, while 3 players take short control for Astralis.
So Megas here has been the one to pick up the utility, the flashbangs, the HE. Well, Someday Young, he'll sit there with the smoke and the molly. It looks like they are just going to sit outside B. You know, there is some aggression into short already. I'm wondering if they will try to get the flash over and go for it. Looks like they will.
Suicide.
Moves on in and they're completely blind. Great start here from Glaive. Already picking up, looking to make it 3.
कैसे बजिंदा?
Be able to do some damage back. There's S-Tag to join him, Dupree and Glaive. And
बजिंदा वापस निकल गया था.
If the series ends up like that, we might have a very early night.
I love that pistol. So the 1 player fighting at Fountain there, yeah, it's only 1 guy, but generally on the T side, if you see a CT fighting you that aggro at Fountain, it's normally going to be because there's multiple players there backing each other up. It's such a risky fight for 1 player to take. But the advantage of that 1 player taking it is it does make you think, yeah, there's multiple players here, and they go back over to B, which is where Astralis was laying in wait. They took that B short control so early on purely because they thought they'd be able to exploit exactly what they did. I love that.
Position.
You know, it's a nice little CT pistol for you. If you want to try that in your matchmaking, don't, because it won't work with randoms. But if you want to try that in a team, by all means. Astralis now onto the buy. 2 rifles, 3 SMGs, cash. All Deagles on the side of Team Spirit. We saw some niceness with Deagles last series in G2 Navi. See if anyone's able to replicate it on Spirit here. Device going out long. Will grab himself the 1, spots the 2nd, gets a tag, but also gets away. So for now, Astralis keep everyone up.
Oh,
मर गया dealt onto Magics, and then will go down to the spray through the smoke from Glaive. A very nice start here for Astralis. Only Device being tagged up so far, and it's all onto iDisbalance and Someday Young. I was actually thinking about it whilst we're at a little bit of a slower point, I suppose. iDisbalance on the AWP up against Device. I'm wondering how he's actually going to fare there. They're, you know, iDisbalance maybe a little bit more of a flashy AWPer, I suppose, whereas Device, much more, I guess, fluid, and, consistent, holding those long lines. There is no bit of those. So yeah, it should be cool to see how they weigh up. But a very clean round here for Astralis. That will be 2 back-to-back ones, and Spirit, not a single frag yet on the board, but after being mowed down through Monster and then a little bit of a split up on the eco, Team Spirit will now settle. They did force into that previous one, so they're going to have to go for another eco. However, Astralis, if they start to stack up their money, they're going to put themselves in a very, very good position early on.
कि ये कास्ट वालों का वॉल्यूम कुछ ज़्यादा ही है.
Too easy. Pistols once again here for Team Spirit, and can't really fault them. They didn't get anything out of, well, this whole game really. They got no kills, they've got no bomb plants, they've got pretty much nothing out of this, so their money is not looking too good. Astralis once again with this short aggression, and the T's have heard it. They're going to be looking for it, but blinded and against the SMG, sure, there's nothing at all they can do here.
Easy.
Glaive's there to help through Monster with that M4 at range as well. One player does go down for Astralis, so Team Spirit do get their first kill on the board in the hands of Sumdar Young. Then again, that was just a couple of pistol rounds. They get executed in the actual pistol, lose both the ecos. Fair enough. Here comes the first buy. 5 AKs, grenades on everybody. And Astralis looks like they're going for a bit of a mix buy. They've got the AWP out early onto device in round number 4, but they've still got a few players on SMGs as well.
Device ke paas AWP
cash, so it's risky, but if this works out, it's going to be a big boon to their economy heading forward.
Yeah, look at how much money they've already got, and already this confidence from Device moves on up, does narrowly miss. A little bit out of character for the man, but still moves on through, gets the information early, and a great nade into short, as you mentioned. So the main thing here is, of course... Oh, God, yeah. Well, their map, just their nades on any map, really. But yeah, look, the money already super strong. I do like how much they've already found. S-Tag will be able to drop Mer early on as well.
S-Tag ka to 5 HP.
Are going to actually start to quickly charge towards B. Not sure if Glaive will actually be ready for this, but he's 7-0 currently. And look at that flash, completely turning everyone around. And immediately the confidence already starts to disband that nade. Kobe as it heads on in. Magic, Someday Young, eye disbalance. They're going to be limping out of there, unfortunately. They do look to retake control of short, but they're licking their wounds firmly as a bit of an unfortunate situation.
नहीं मैं बच गया हाँ देख गया ये 2 को देख बढ़िया बढ़िया ले लो भाई और एक ले लो
It's just too easy for Astralis at the moment, Tim, and I can't even call anything early.
It is indeed. Again, the nades. I'd love to see the utility damage just after even these couple of rounds. They've done so much. It's eye disbalance, let alone in a 1v5. Despite Dupree and Eztag being very low on HP, there's still 5 players up. He's on his own. 17 HP, AK-47 in hand, but there's Device to shut things down with the AWP. Astralis lose one player in 4 rounds. It's not looking too good for Team Spirit.
There is no
still early days, of course. Not going to call all doom and gloom, ring the death bell just yet, but still, red hot start for Astralis on their CT side, and we're yet to really see too much of an answer for Team Spirit this round. They're once again going to be caught lacking in terms of weaponry. Deagles for everybody.
Well, it's just been super clean so far from us. Yeah, super clean from Astralis, right? Like, they haven't really looked shaken at all. You know, Someday Young's the only person who's actually found a frag so far, picking up that one with the P250, which was right at the very end of the round, taking down Magisk. And now, as it sits, we've already got control of Party, which is going to be Dupree, taking advantage of the MP9. The SMGs, obviously, they're not going to try and play the long lines. They want to get up close and personal, and it will be Spirit slowly creeping their way into short water. Again, only the Deagles. They've got the Kevlar to support it, but no real utility, which means that if they are going to charge, they need to charge together, because that is something they haven't done as of yet. They've looked a little bit split, a little bit disoriented. But it can be, yeah, again, a bit nerve-wracking going in against Astralis. So hopefully, as they do slowly walk out towards B, three members hungry, waiting.
Where's the boost going to come in? That's what I want to know. Glaive's going to clean up these members' monster, and there is no boost. In fact, Device, incredibly close with the AWP, will be punished finally by Magix, but there's no way that he can grab that AWP, and Device, Glaive will clean him up. Can we talk about, by the way, how unfair it is to cast a game with Magisk and Magix in it? Magix? I can't do it already, even though I was intentionally trying to get their name correct. It's too hard for my small brain.
Oh, it's always funny, isn't it? Especially in different areas. Like, I've heard so many people call it Magisk, you know, now we've got Magix. So I'll have to see how it all goes throughout the course of it. But look, that's part of the fun of it, right? You know, just got to entertain ourselves as best we can. Try put on a little bit of a show for the chat. Of course, it can't be all, again, as you mentioned, doom and gloom, I suppose, over professionalism. You know, still need to have a little bit of fun with it. But here's the boost. Oh, the boost. You love to see it.
You know what you don't love to see? That dang train.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I just balanced. Didn't follow the damn train seat. The damn train seat.
Goddamn mission hurt my head as a kid. Anyway,
no opening.
Once again, Astralis being very aggro here. Look how much info they have towards Party once again, and Glaive is all the way up here waiting for them. Nia checks it, but he's not fast enough, and Glaive manages to with no support. But I'm not sure that was just Glaive hitting his shots.
Magic's team ko support
playing the very back line, looking for feet, and I don't think he spotted any of them jump across here. But again, look at Dupree. Astralis have been fighting this flank every single round. They have all the info. They know there's only so many places that Spirit can be, and they have them completely locked in.
No requirement.
Doesn't need any help. Takes all 3 by himself. Keep an eye on that next round. I've been watching it. Someone from
ये
Astralis
hashtag है
will push
hashtag
through
ये
Fountain if
device
they
है
get
टोपी
no...
टोपी नहीं
if
है
they don't
उतारो
find
भाई
any
टोपी
presence, if
उतारो
they don't see anything, they will
ये
have
glaive
the
है
flank
भाई
and have the info.
glaive
Even if they're not there on the flank to get the
मौजूदा
kills, they will at least be locking up that map control and knowing that no one else is coming their way. Here's this nice 3k from Estag, by the way. Man doesn't need any help.
The spray.
Even though the flank was there. So have to keep an eye on this
भाई
Fountain
device
play
के छोरी
from Astralis
traditional
here. We'll see if Team Spirit want to challenge it this round. We've got 2 people headed this way.
That smile on glaive as well basically sort of speaks words about how this series is going so far. You know, Astralis have taken it on super strong. They're feeling happy.
Oh, नहीं
super solid with it all.
देखी गयो.
Perfect day 3. He actually will be tagged up very heavily. It's going to make it a little bit of a challenge into the latter parts of the round. 11 HP device. That's put out the head.
But lesson not learned.
F-tag. We'll find Sumdai Young early on. In the end, device goes down to the hands of Chopper. So a little bit messy here, but also going down to Magic's. Okay, S-tag.
By 2v3
in the round, but for the first time, we see Spirit at the man advantage, 3-2.
And iDisbalance is here, and the bomb is in. What is this round?
नहीं
whatever. All the way in bank. Meanwhile, bombs down in spawn. S-tag's found mid is not the way you wanted to do it. There's Dupree on the backstab. They haven't actually got control of that bomb yet. I don't think he would know it's there either. Wouldn't have gone far enough. Chopper's here waiting for this, and Dupree, I think he has a sense of the smoke, but gonna be found out. What a weird round. That was all over the place, but Team Spirit will manage to find their way through the craziness and grab themselves their first win.
There we have it. Very well done from Team Spirit in the end. I do think Astralis slightly overextended there, you know. They were taking that full confidence. You know, we saw it in the previous round, of course, where we had the flank all the way
Team Spirit की jersey बहुत अच्छा है.
This time took control of the bomb, found the information, but then unfortunately in a 1v3, 11 points of HP, it is a little bit challenging. Would never put it past Dupree. But yeah, certainly a bit difficult there. But well done from Spirit. I am glad to see them on the board here, because it hasn't really gone too far, you know. We are still very, very early on, not only in the map but the series. And Magic's looking for that opening Magisk. He actually will find it. iDisbalance, good for the trade, and there we go. 2 picked up, now 3-on-3 for Spirit.
Aggression from Astralis working out initially, but this time at least it does get punished. Team Spirit not letting things get too far away, but Estag's going to connect a few bullets through the smoke just to keep Team Spirit honest. 3 versus 3. Bomb down in T-spawn, and all 3 Astralis players on the lower side of the map. Device looking to be in heaven. Estag and Dupree doubled up on the bomb side. Chopper, just thinking about life. And that, he is there because Astralis have flanked through Fountain every single round.
Yep.
That's why he's not with his teammates. He is so scared of being flanked. We're 8 rounds in, and they're already PTSD. Estag has the close angle here. He's cross-firing with his teammate at barrels, and 50 seconds left. Team Spirit, they've got util, but they're going to go for the contact play here.
Yeah, look, they've already let Device at least
के सामने multiple
long, but no utility. They're just going to start to march on out of Monster, and Dupree is there on the other side of the barrel. Sumdai Young will at least be able to find one. A little bit of a whiff there from Dupree. Sumdai Young ends up finding 2, so 2 for iDisbalance, 2 for Sumdai Young. And now the bomb will be planted on that site, the usual location, the default position, and Device up in heaven. The AWP in hand. Will he be able to find anything though? Just on the opposing side of the pillar. I don't think SDY, Sumdai Young's been spotted out as of yet. And it's just going to be iDisbalance tuck in onto the railings there. Just waiting patiently. Dropping out of heaven though. Device now starting to push on up. Still this 1v2. No kit in hand actually. Just noticing that.
Easy.
He'll swing. He'll
there
punish.
Is no PW.
And a nice 3k there. So Spirit on the board. Well and truly. 2 rounds now secured. And unfortunately for them, Astralis does still have quite a fair bit of cash in the coffer. They'll be able to continue to repurchase for a little while longer, but the key factor is here. I mentioned at the start of the game already, Tim, but the AWP is now up for iDisbalance after a great 3k in the previous round.
Also worth noting, this check is so good. They've already been shot at from this position there for Dupree, but they're aware that if someone is playing there, they're always with a teammate on site in a situation like that, because you can't really play their solo. It's a one and done. So they're not even checking him. They know that they can afford to just look for that player playing behind the pole, and they destroy him. Great picks from them. They've already taken some damage from nades early on from Astralis here, but Team Spirit once again want to go over towards B. 3 players here. There's that molly to clear out that barrel position. Device. So aggressive and alone. He has to try and find this pick on the chopper, and this is probably going to go against him running away as well.
Yeah, the information immediately given over. What a alert from Chopper. Well done.
Hello, Seppi, hello.
The AWP of Astralis will be felled here. 4v3. Spirit, you know, they were lagging at the beginning. Just
how are your
slightly,
exams?
but
Oh,
they've
sorry,
taken all
sorry.
the control that they require. And
How was your
already
exam?
inside the bank, looking to lock this down. Glaive 14-3. I only just realized. Itis Balance though will drop S tag in the process. He is taken down to 15 points of HP, but Chopper might have actually timed this quite well. But look at this positioning from Magisk. I don't actually know if he's been spotted, but Chopper 6th, fully aware, and that's all on the Magisk in a 2v4. Chopper. Oh no, never mind. It is a 1v4.
No,
okay.
No.
Yeah, we right.
दोस्त ये चॉपर
we right.
चॉपर Astralis के लाइनअप में कैसे और इनमें 2 MIR है भाई एक What is happening? What you watching? Good bro.
Going to be a difficult one for him to get back into it. Itis Balance actually charges straight down through Con to try and pick him up. The AWP shot gives him away.
Do you really want to know what I'm watching?
HP doesn't want to lose the big green here. Runs all the way out.
I'm watching Chennai Super King versus Australia.
T-spawn. Sumda Young getting a bit of momentum rolling on their
It is an international IPL match.
Team Spirit.
Hope you know.
Still very early on in this game. It was a dominant start from Astralis, and they still have the money to reinvest here, but Team Spirit now showing a bit of life. Going to be able to save 3 guns away
okay,
from this
good.
round as well.
Yes.
So things looking pretty good for them, back on track, and their economy is now set too.
Not really sure how to sort of feel about
what
it.
Are you doing?
Quite a slower sort of.
आप क्या कर रहे हो?
Bit of movement from Spirit, I guess. You know the way that they've sort of sent it.
इतना इज्जत देने की जरूरत नहीं मतलब
आप
क्या कर रहे हो ऐसा? What are you doing?
ऐसा. They have full confidence for them to waltz on up to that A site, lock it down. And Magisk was all on his lonesome in that 1v4.
Watching your stream.
Well done from Spirit to be able to lock that one down. We do have a
आप ऐसा ही काम करते रहे तो आप अपनी जिंदगी में बहुत आगे जाएंगे.
Out with us this evening though.
Supposedly this is a short tech pause for Spirit. I think they might have had to play DC.
Match pause. कोई बात
नहीं. Well. HUD was being a little bit odd, which tends to happen when players DC, but that's all right. Apparently it's not a long one, and already the timer is back counting down, so we're ready to go once again. Team Spirit 3 rounds so far on their own map pick.
How are you, Mr.
Pass here on their T side, on their own map pick. I mean, ideally they're looking to win the half.
Motivation,
willing to let them get away with. Words difficult.
Of course.
No AWP here on Astralis. That's the effect on their economy. They do have that AK 4M4s.
भाई अपने में कोई AWP नहीं है ऐसा बोल रहे सेठ.
Out for device, so this is potentially a time for Team Spirit to be able to dictate this game a little bit. I think that was a
Wow.
I am fine, bro.
That time though, hasn't it, Tim? Device looking to clear Chopper. Might not be able to find it though. Does Boogie on his way into party. Chopper though.
I am also fine. No, I am also fine.
From Device, nicely done. But no,
you don't ask me. I am fine.
Consecutive victories with a fair few players living on for Spirit too to actually shake Astralis' economy. You know, Device now obviously not being able to pick up that AWP has the AK that has been picked up from Chopper. But he will actually go down to Magic's.
But
very nicely done there.
4v4.
But yeah, now look in the 4v4.
Okay, Sappy, okay.
Create an eco situation for Astralis.
By full information. Glaive के हाथ में.
Glaive spotted him. He knows this is coming, but he's also alone on this.
Here
he takes a great angle, goes aggressive into bathrooms. Not a play you expect. Magic spotted. Sorry, has caught him. It's so difficult, but Glaive will be cleaned up. So fortunately, the team.
Wait.
Oh my goodness, that was close. They'll be able to get onto this bomb
Very
site,
intense,
but there's still players all over them contesting.
But by 3v2,
able to pick up another one.
by 2, by 1.
Itis Balance will be able to trade. Actually, in the end, Itis Balance.
Because I know you were fine.
Manages to pick up 2, and even there swaps back over to the AWP for good
measure
afterwards.
Thank you.
And this is exactly what we were talking about. Now Spirit, it's taken them 4 rounds, but Astralis, they've had to bend for just a second. They're going to be able to pick up the pistols, and we're never going to count them out. We've seen plenty of rounds in this night so far, obviously in Na'Vi versus
pretty
G2,
serious that guy was
to get the job done. So S-Tag, he's gone for the Zeus here.
उनका फोटो इधर दिखाया था स्क्रीन पे.
Short potentially, likely over towards short.
Hashtag नहीं बिल्कुल नहीं कर पाया भाई.
Okay, murder start off.
भाई must flick, Glaive, कातिल. Oh, भाई Glaive.
That's not a body shot. Good shot, Glaive. And a 3 versus 2 already. The Deagle's doing work. Magix is tagged.
भाई यही होता है भाई ब्रह्मांड जब सपोर्ट करता है तो. Is this a big tournament?
As well. Glaive just has to
this
wait.
Is a medium tournament. Oh, a device. Oh,
Might get it done, but does hit the tag. Just 5 HP remaining for Magix, and there is still one more flank coming in the form of Dupree that he doesn't know about. There's no way he checks this.
You are gone, B-Roader. भाई देखो Astralis full eco पे था, full eco.
The pistols convert it for Astralis.
There was nothing except Desert Eagle.
Team Spirit, they've still got them, but that one's got a sting.
Yeah, we called it. At the end of the day, saying never count out the pistols, and that's exactly what Astralis have done.
Nice.
This is what I mean, the confidence from them to be able to be so hungry on it. There was no way that Magix even had any potential thought that there was a second member flanking. With Device and Dupree, they made their way through spawn in towards Monster, and they were already there barking at the heels of Team Spirit as they finally get the bomb plant. And look, I was thinking to potentially that Glaive was going to go huge there. He is 17-5 right now. The IGL, he's got some fresh legs. He's moved back on in after taking that short break.
भाई दोनों ही पोस्ट बाय ऐसा बोल सकते हैं, ऐसा बोल सकते हैं दोनों. ए भाई Astralis का ए फेल हो गया. कैसे भाई? वापस करेंगे वापस पे. Astralis का टेक्निक वापरते हो उन पे ही. How will you be successful, my B-Roaders?
Because the player is not likely to be Heaven unless it's the first couple of seconds. You might be able to catch them jumping down. Because Heaven is such a defensive position to play that it's not as good to play from the start of the round because you're giving up half of the bomb side.
Casters are pretty good by
retake already.
What a suicide position.
Especially given that they know Astralis have been playing more aggressively, which it must be said they're doing.
Hello, anti-suicide position
already. But Team Spirit are going to go for the monster route instead. They've got a couple players behind, throwing the util out. And now Glaive on the bomb side. First point of contact, looking to frag out.
Glaive,
Bilkul, what a good
little bit of use of utility to defend.
What a good strategy.
The side. Magisk is going to be the one to open up first.
Oh my, मार गया. कोई बात
नहीं. Straight from the smoke, taking out the leader of Glaive, and now this makes it a winnable round. But still, S-Tag up towards short, just on the opposing side of the sandbags. Device is going to find Someday Young over towards the B side as well. Device up in heaven. And now I just balance. Looking to creep around. They're not overextending. 25 seconds left. They know exactly where Dupree is.
Magis
is going to be able to find it.
1v4 कैसे ना हो पाया.
20 seconds remain. A 1 versus 4. It's going to have to pull out something out of the hat for sure. Let's go for it a little bit. S-Tag, but they're going to double up towards short. S-Tag's happy to find second in the round. And Astralis, a much cleaner round. Their 8-4 is the scoreline. And Spirit, unfortunately, they are going to be looking down the barrel of an eco.
This is Glaive. This is S-Tag.
This is the Astralis.
This is Device.
To see so confident. Of course, they're hitting their shots, but everything they do, they're doing so confidently. They're not giving Team Spirit really any respect at all. They're taking these really aggressive angles. They're leaving one player to fight for because they trust that it's going to work, and so far it is. They've got the double AWP out here onto Glaive as well. And I'm pretty sure the last time I saw Astralis double AWP, they were using Dupree, which shows I seriously watched Astralis play. But it's the Deagles.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Nice.
There goes Glaive. Nice shot from there. And if Magix can find one,
B-Roader.
But Dupree's too good.
B-Roader, what is noise in this?
Very well done. I was just thinking to myself, actually, then the Dupree AWP was.
Oh, MIR.
So is MIR. Apparently, very handsome here. Not only the man, but also the Deagle shots that he is.
Pretty good Device. Pretty good.
In a good position, able to find Someday Young. Chopper, unfortunately, will go down. Quite the third for Mer. But he's been able to do a lot of damage there. But I mean, look at this already from Astralis against him. Look at the bank account. It's huge. They managed to stack it up time and time again. Super clean in the rounds that they win. You know, when they have been, it's been 3, 4, 5 members living on the whole way through, and that's really where Spirit have struggled. You know, they managed to get the 4 consecutive rounds, which is what it took for them to eco, and then they lost the eco. So Spirit, they're doing the right things, but Astralis are just, seem to be at times very far ahead of the curve.
Now, it's worth noting, we've seen Astralis
lag हो रहा है इनका stream कोई बात नहीं
at all in the last 3 months. So if they were saving it,
बिल्कुल सही बिल्कुल सही
is working. They are so prepared on this map. Look how little respect they're giving Spirit. They are shutting them down at every single position. That was very close, S-Tag. Dancing through the
pure domination.
Go teams looking for something, but they just can't get it done. S-Tag with 7 HP, and he'll be looking for his AC. Can stop him. Does eventually shut him down, but Dupree's right there to clean it up. 10-4 heading into the last round of the half.
S-Tag तो सारा माल ले गया.
Astralis is a scary Astralis. This is the overpass they've been saving.
2 मिनट में आता है, माल लेके निकल जाता है.
And I'm now scared for the rest of the series. This is
of
what Astralis
course.
look like on this map.
chat पढ़ते हैं लोग क्या कह रहे हैं. This win spirit.
This is
no. 3 kill SDY.
At least the thing I'm thinking is at least
Team
that,
Spirit
Spirit
peak.
will be starting on the
Lul,
single
of
side
course.
Nuke.
Oh
So
no,
that's
they are
always a
pretty good.
at least
World
buffer
ranking
for them,
11.
you know.
KKKK bhai. 3 Mac 10s.
Probably the meta, the most CT
Go A,
side
Lul.
map, I would say.
Maggie's, of course, man.
You don't
Of
know.
course, there is
So
no doubt.
interesting purchase coming out from
Virus
Spirit. Of course, it being
keep
that
going
final
B.
round in the half, they've gone for 3 Mac 10s, a Tech
Spirit
9,
rush
and
bhi
then
on.
just
Yeah,
a
are
single
haan.
ball for Mer. Off the back of those few kills, and
here we go.
no! That was almost the
But device
highlight
ले
play.
जाएगा.
Surely one for the real device.
ये लोग B जा रहे हैं यार. कभी A कभी नहीं गए.
We've spoken about it so much already.
Bomb plant कभी
Only
A पे नहीं
15
किया.
rounds into the game. Itis balanced down at 3 points of HP. Mer 19. They will go to swap over the weaponry. Oh no, never mind. That's a recovered AK out of it from Dupree. But device.
हमारे opponent A जा रहे हैं.
As an op, but moving in with the deagle. Now all the information. He's hearing the footsteps.
बिल्कुल.
They know exactly
पर
where
device
they're
बहुत
going.
एकदम
Now he can just
होशियार.
sit under
हर
the
जगह
ladder
पहुंच
and
जाता है.
hopefully Mer will peek into it. Yeah, he can be. And he might even find a shot here. Not quite. So Mer at least can capitalize. 5 versus 3.
But again, no fear at all from Astralis here. Majeska's going to catch off this final player. Easy, like very low
Bomb
HP.
drop.
There's the second and the bomb.
There is nothing you can do, man.
It's all over for Team Spirit. Locked in on every side. Bomb in a
Nice,
terrible position. And Mer can't hit the last one. Very close, but it's 11-4 for Astralis at the half. Dominance on overpass. We'll see if they finish it in the same fashion right after this.
ग्लेव पानी पीते हुए. ओ भाई पहला राउंड है. भाई म्यूजिक ओनर प्लीज डोंट कॉपीराइट. This is not a monetized channel. Bomb has been planted. भाई ब्रेक आया ब्रेक. भाई जो सिंगर्स है वो एकदम नशेड़ी होते हैं. वो कुछ भी करके स्ट्राइक लगा ही देते हैं. तो इसीलिए आज हमने सीखा कि भाई म्यूजिक आने पर ऑफ कर देने का साउंड. इतना रखते हैं भाई, इतना रखते हैं. ऐड आ रही है यहाँ पे, ऐड आ रही है क्या भाई? वेयर इज, नहीं भाई यहाँ पे डायरेक्ट 1 मिनट ये इधर ऐड आ रही है. इनको समझ गए भाई, समझ गए. भाई वो एक ठीक है भाई, 1.5 मिनट है इंतजार करने का. इसमें देख लेते कितना आएगा. भाई 1 2, हाँ भाई 1 2 1 2 2 1 2 4. व्हाट, ये पीछे है भाई. यूट्यूब वाला आगे हो गया. 110 पे मैं कर दूंगा. हाँ भाई 2 सेकंड ये आगे है वैसे, कोई बात नहीं. ओह ये 15 मिनट पीछे है भाई. यूट्यूब वाला 15 मिनट पीछे है. 55 पे कर देंगे. 58 पे, 57. 3 सेकंड भाई, सिंपल 3 सेकंड का गैप है. रखो भाई, मुझे रखो, कोई नहीं बोलेगा. भाई फेस डाउन Astralis अप. गुई ओके. मैगुइस्क गिटार ओ मैगिस्क ओके ओके. आउट ऑफ 5 years with him somebody must have said it. भाई मैगिस्क गिटार गी मैगिस्क ओके भाई. मैजिस्क की जगह मैगिस्क ऐसा बोल रहे हैं.
dominance and disrespect from Astralis on half number 1 of Overpass. Putting the work into Team Spirit, they
what a camera angle.
Indeed, and Team Spirit didn't really get too much done on the first half of their map pick. We head now into half number 2 of Overpass with Nuke.
भाई अभी मजा आता है जब Astralis आती है टी साइड पे, जब उनका बॉम्ब प्लांट करने का मोटिव होता है तब ज्यादा मजा आ जाता है.
Even though they win this map, if they just want to build momentum heading into Nuke, they're going to have to pick it up starting in this pistol. Astralis only 5 away from claiming map number 1. The GG bet odds reflect how dominant Astralis have been in Magix. They've all jumped across this line. He might spot Eztag, but he's not going to spot the rest. They're all right here, and there is no one else quite this aggressive with him. There is one behind him, but I'm not sure they're going to commit to this push together. Spots the one, and now it's going to be Astralis short.
Oh, पूरा लाइन ही खड़ा है. Choke गए, सब choke गए.
That's an excellent flash. Oh my word! Sumdai Young able to at least pick up one. Chopper
also 2v3 कर दिया.
This device to at least pick off one.
Easy.
Good for another, but now Dupree. You know how good he is with these.
SDY. Pretty good.
Does get the better of him. Eztag having a fantastic blitzer of the game right now. It will be a disbalance, and that's exactly the breath of fresh air that Team Spirit needed to get their way back into this. 5 rounds secured, and at least they lived on with 2. Wasn't down to the 1v1. Eztag gave it a good crack, but yeah, look, mate, at the moment, Astralis, they are still dominant, and in the end, I was just, I thought the monster spray could have been a little bit more exciting in the end. It was a very dry peak to start us off. But regardless, Spirit pick up the rounds, and they do move into the next with momentum. It looks like Astralis have given a little bit of a respect here, in the sense they've had gone for the ego.
I love the bait and switch with Astralis, by the way. Eztag at the back, playing very far back, looks like he's alone, trying to bait one of the CTs into pushing and fighting him, and then all of Astralis collapse upon it. There was 1 or maybe 2 really good flashes that blinded all those Astralis players that pretty much saved the round.
वापिस P250 Globe full eco by full eco.
Unfortunately, the util's there to save it, but I like the idea. This time it's Team Spirit who are going to be going on the sneaky offensive. And nice shooting from Magix, spots him out, and there's going to go and clean up. Magisk is here as well. Gets spotted out, but we'll be leaving. Again, this is just the pistols from Astralis, so we're not expecting too much, really. Lucky if they're able to get a kill or 2. Bomb plant at absolute best. But looking where Team Spirit are, all over the map with the bomb down, it's not looking like Astralis will be able to get too much here. Our disbalance is here with the rifle. Easy spray, easy kill. Sumdai Young cleans up device in the meantime. Team Spirit continue well. Going to grab themselves the first 2 rounds of this half. Astralis though.
पर सबसे पहले आते ही डिवाइस खरीदना चालू कर देता ये मेरा ये मेरा ये मेरा.
So they've let it slide for a little while. Astralis, they go for that full eco. Team Spirit just wipes the floor, which is always nice to see. It's good to see that they haven't really been shaken by the first half. They're still confident with their pushes. Disbalance happy to sort of solo around A, re-aggressing into long as well to find
pretty good, pretty good.
But yeah, here is the fury to come through from Astralis. Surely now. They've got the AKs, they've got all the utility they need to get the job done. And Disbalance needs to try and find something.
बच जा रहे डिवाइस. अरे नहीं
bit of damage. Does the Kobe connect?
बच गया.
Not quite.
डिवाइस बच गया. OP teamwork.
Bringing device down to just 2. So a good opening, little bit of information and some damage exchanges.
B-Roder, I am not playing
at the slight advantage into the first.
These B-Roders are playing. And you are right,
man.
man.
Do as much damage as you might have hoped. Team Spirit do have the guns and the man advantage for now, although 2 players heavily tagged in Magix and Islands. Dupree looking for a boost, scouting out in B short, but not going to find anything just yet. His teammates are moving up towards A, but have a look at them.
भाई Hashtag भाई वो भी 4 पे मर गया Hashtag बच गया I am telling those Brudas it is not Brudas
goodness,
they are B-Roders.
I don't think he spotted.
देख गया easy नहीं बच पाओगे सेट you cannot hide.
20 seconds left. Team Spirit know where the bomb was at least, and they've got 2 players here ready to face this. Chopper with the MP9 needs to try and get close, and he's got.
भाई Chopper ले लेगा सबका.
You know, I like it though. You know, the
सबका मार डाले. हाँ मालूम था.
It was massive. They sent all 3, which did sort of send the timing back. 20 seconds remaining.
भाई ये MP9 में यही बहुत तकलीफ है. ये अरे भाई
Hashtag is at least going to be able to find magics in the process, but with 14 seconds remaining, all Sumdai Young has to do is drop the bomb.
Nice भाई 2v4.
And now with 10 seconds remaining, do they even have enough time to get this bomb plant? No, Disbalance is there.
कोई बात नहीं, ये राउंड हार गए.
Very, very well done. And now Glaive just has to hightail it out of there. Did have the positioning if they had a little bit more time. So that's what I'm thinking right now. That control from Mert, even though he died and didn't really get to do a whole lot with his positioning in playgrounds, it held Astralis back. Team Spirit now with 7.
खरीदो भाई Astralis वालों आप
खरीदो on the comeback.
भाई Deagle अभी हम इको पे हैं.
Pick, so we're starting to see why they picked this one.
This is really good to watch.
I'm for one happy to see them putting the screws to Astralis just because it means we might get some more maps out of series. Astralis on the Deagles now with the single hero AK on Glaive, saved through from the last round, of course. Taking some early control of Connector, heading over towards B. Spirit on their part. They've got info down A long, they've got a player in bathrooms. They're just trying to lock down what parts of the map they can without exposing themselves too much. They also still have a lot of utility to play. Glaive has to try and find a pick for his team. He's got so many angles to check. Pushing through short, there's the fight, but Glaive can't find it. At least will get that one done.
But Deagle se mara, Deagle se hashtag Deagle se mara.
Save the CTs here. It also allows Astralis to grab that AK.
Making up some ground to collect. Itis balance though up on the top of the site.
Wow, अरे Maggie's
my word.
Deagle तो भाई कमाल कर रहा है.
Great shot there from Magisk in the end. Now moving up towards the site, Samdayang has to try and find something here.
किसके पास? Device के पास ऑप है.
Device, not exactly something you want to be seeing if you are a Team Spirit player. They're going to hold it for a little while longer because look at how far this bomb is away.
Look at Magist through this.
Somehow
Samdayang recovers that. I don't know how. 2 versus 3 now, but there's Device with that stolen AWP and Samdayang 1 versus 3. This was just Deagles and the 1 AK to start the round, but there's now an AWP and almost all Team Spirit has been removed. It's Samdayang in the clutch with the bomb down. And Device is going to be there, not having any of it. Hits the same shot twice in a row. Never mind what I was saying about Team Spirit starting to put the screws to Australia, starting to get some momentum happening. There they go. The Deagle round comes through. Steal the AWP.
Yeah. They've gone for the gamble.
Look at these Deagle shots. Look at this. See ya.
And then one up towards...
Magisk के पास 3 आंख है.
No sniper for you.
3 आंख.
Nah, crisp. You love to see it though, and that's where the experience comes in, though, right? You know? The coolest thing about a team like Astralis is like not all of them are like crazily like flashy players or anything like that. But they hit their shots so consistently that that's what sort of builds up some of these highlights just off the back of that.
Wow! Oh, eko.
Magic's at least able to find one. And of course, this is a very large gamble into this round. Team Spirit, they've completely invested into everything to get that AWP up for Itis balance, and he's taken full control of long here. Has all the information under the sun, but unfortunately with that he's left his teammate all alone. Chopper by himself.
वो भी गया. चलो भाई, B हमारे नाम पे कर दो.
In the end, they are able to find the frag, and that should be there. Straight onto that B site immediately.
They cannot retake it.
Connector with the Deagle and the AWP on his back. Nothing required so far, because pretty much he can take control and cut it off.
Here's the thing.
भाई Device hunt करने निकल गया.
Even before the bomb goes down, he's saving. Because look at his position versus where Astralis are. Yes, he's got the hero gun, but he's behind the T side with an AWP. You do not flank with an AWP. That's just not how it happens. Device is flanking with an AWP. That's not what I meant. Nobody talk about it. He might, however, be able to steal away this AWP. So much investment has gone into this.
Oh, Device!
And will just hit the shot after Device misses his opportunity. But there's no way they can really go anywhere with this AWP.
भाई hashtag ये सब इनको पकड़ रहे भाई, एकदम कातिल पकड़ रहे.
Not with the AWP, they're just going to try and save it here. And Dupree is going to be lining up the util for the dunk. They want to try and get their own AWP back. They want to try and rip this one out of Itis Balance's hands. And Glaive runs in with the knife out. Not going to be able to find it though, and they will hold on to AWP and rip away Astralis. So at least that's something. But the Astralis money is such that they can drop another one.
एक ले लो.
Yeah, Device has got plenty of cash.
ओप लिया भाई, Device ओप लिया.
6850 and still had 5k. So
कितना risk taker मानस है यार.
He's got the AWP out as well, even getting upgraded to a Deagle, just because he used that more than he uses his AWP half the time. But 13 rounds to 7 for Astralis now. Starting to run away with overpass once again. There was signs of life from Team Spirit at the start of this half, but floundering.
Yeah, for sure. Certainly starting to feel the pressure slightly. But at least one of the main things here that I can sort of focus on is the fact that Spirit, albeit they still are behind and they're not exactly in a position now to take much out of the hands of Astralis with only these pistols, unless they do head towards Itis Balance. But the way they're going, looks like they're going to clear Connector, make their way up towards A, Maybe somebody will be able to find something on this line. Very aggressive inside the bathrooms, but
such a slim line
the
for
main thing I was gonna get along the lines of was that Astralis, the cash is starting to lack. So if Spirit can do some more damage, they can bring something through in this round. They may very well be able to at least give themselves a bit more room to wiggle before this match does close out.
Hell yeah, it's overpass. We have creative boosts. Can we get back to that? Please.
Love to see it.
Top player. Come on. They gave it up.
They just gave it up in the end.
I think that's, I guess that sees towards long. And you can pick out someone who's pushing. Device, very close to the AWP. There's the kill. Very methodical from Astralis, clearing everything out. And here's
4v4 easy, 30 seconds left.
Has to try and make something work, and he's chunked by the grenade.
This is where the pressure does start to amount, but with 25 seconds remaining,
B पे rotate कर रहे हैं.
Baited everything over to A. They're throwing full util, and they're going to run B. I love it.
That's rough. That's rough for Spirit. Look at their setup right now. Astralis were basically marching into Carnage, but in the end, Device looking to hold that line. He does end up walking away from short. You might be able to check on into it in just a second, but it's so hard to play from this heaven position. Now Device has control of short. It's still a 4v4, but it's like so out of even thought right now. You know, they're immediately going to save. Itis Balance will have to take that
caster भी यही कह रहे हैं, वो लोग save मारेंगे.
Magix has picked up a AK in the process, so at least there's something
but there is no
for their troubles. But that's going to be a 14th round from Astralis. Not really a whole lot of damage dealt to their money either. So Spirit a little bit more.
That said, I don't hate that from Spirit. When you're in a situation like that, the player numbers are even, but the firepower is definitely not. I quite like just gambling on stacking a site.
Yeah.
Just be like, right, we're all going to sit here. If they come here, we've got the AWP and the pistols to try and team shot things. And if that doesn't work, we just save. We hold on to the AWP. They managed to steal the AK back as well. Given what they started that round with, that's not the worst end. Of course, Astralis are on 14 now, just 2 away from that match point. But I quite like that from Spirit as it goes. Like, there's not really a lot of options you have in that situation unless someone hits some absolute with a pistol or an AWP or something. So not bad, but the problem is they're really running out of time to make this one work, turn it around. It's another full buy for Astralis. Their money is once again looking pretty good given what they've bought. And they're going straight for a B hit here, looking for round 15 on map number 1.
Yeah, already looking like they're marching over there nice and early on. The smoke grenade to go down for a little while longer. Device yet to throw the warning shot down towards Monster. Magic's up very, very close and personal on the other side, but right now they're going to slowly mosey their way to short. This is the difference, right? Spirit, they haven't tried to really take short at all, whereas Astralis, they're all up in the business. Straight away, great flash over, but in the end, Itis Balance is able to keep his cool and find the shot, but that is the rogue member of Magisk over towards that position. Now the rotate comes out. 3 members of Spirit already hungry and waiting. Are they going to be able to lock this down? The utility does start to come out now, but they will hold for a little while longer. Glaive spots out Mur, but nothing dealt just yet.
Still 50 seconds to play. Astralis have some time here. It's worth noting Spirit did to Astralis exactly what they were getting. Send the point through, know that they're towards B, and then rotate to accommodate it. 4 players here now. Astralis going to be going for the entry. Great flash. The spray.
Wow, Magis हुआ. अरे Magis का device.
35 seconds to play in the bomb site still with CTs all over it.
Wow, device हुआ.
What? Incredible stuff from Device. Some die young. It's actually Itis Balance in the end.
Wow, भाई 1v2. हम 2 हैं, वो 1 है, नहीं हो.
Look at this positioning though from Chopper. 20 seconds remain. The smoke though, they're gonna start to walk through it. Surely he pushes this right. He ends up waiting for it. The bomb will be planted by Device. So it looks like Chopper's actually playing for the long game. Look at this. Chopper.
Oh my god, this is gutsy.
Waiting patiently.
Let him buy.
What just happened?
Device walked into the same corner and was like, wait a minute, I can't back against the sandbag.
Hang on a second. You love to see it. You love to see it.
Oh, that sucks. I feel bad for him there. Chopper trying to hold his trigger. Not sure if he would have seen Device's name in the smoke or not and decided to be patient, or if that was just completely unlucky and didn't see him, but still, unfortunate that's the way it goes. It's 15 rounds now for Astralis. Yep, that grenade could have done a lot of... Thank you, Dion. Glad we saw that one.
Dion getting baited by the utility usage. Love it.
100%. Grenade pop the door. 8 rounds needed now for Spirit and their own map pick. Some die young.
SDI, SDY.
They do have that hero wall.
Max 7 Magis को guarantee उड़ा देगा अगर देख गया तो.
And it's got them 3 rifles, a shotgun, and a deagle. needs to be something pretty special against Astralis here, who are going for a contact play foul. That ambitious attempt. It doesn't even do damage at that range, unfortunately. It's got a hard range cap, but I like the attempt. And that is the first time that Astralis have played party pretty much all T-side.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what I mean, right? You know, Astralis, they were super confident to go for all of that control. Just like the same as we saw Na'Vi on Train. You know, they were able to just pretty much walk over G2, taking that CT aggression, locking down all the angles relevant. Disbalance, looking about that.
Shit.
We flashed off the line. Glay's still toying with it as well. We'll get the nade up, Chopper.
Oh, there's the bomb.
Looking to reposition now. Not going to be able to find it.
3v2.
Waiting on the other side. There's Murph. At least to find one, but Glaive is here. And
hashtag.
We'll be able to find it. Now it's all on hashtag. But unfortunately, Ryder's balance is a 1v1. He's got an AWP. And yeah,
clutch कौन
करेगा? In the hands of S-Tag.
And S-Tag has so much time to play this as well. Look, 30 seconds. He can go all the way to B. He has so much time, but he's second guessing it. He has no idea where Ryder's balance is, and that goes both ways. He's going to end up risking it going for that B plant, and he's got plenty of time here as well. It's just 21 HP, so Ryder's balance can afford to leave with 50, and he's actually heard it. He's chased him down here. Going to throw the nade over, I think, and give himself away, and unfortunately, the HE won't quite land, though it was perfect.
Timing. It's all a factor now in this 1v1. S-Tag looking to take control of Monster. Gonna just wait patiently. 21-10. The man has had an absolutely stellar match so far. And Disbalance, what's he gonna start clearing? It's just the time ticking down, right? Lacking confidence here. He's fired a warning shot. There is no kit. And unfortunately, I think S-Tag has already won this without really having to do a whole lot. Disbalance will look to clean, but surely S-Tag will find a shot. In the end, will be Disbalance to find it. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day because that is a victory for Astralis.
16-7, they take away.
Heroic.
Goodness me. Spirit's map pick that I got that from. Either way, that's done in favor of Astralis. We're going to head to Nuke right after this.
Nuke. It's time for nuke the Beroders. Wow. Wow, bhai, wow. Bomb has been planted. भाई 3 मिनट का ब्रेक 3 मिनट ओ भाई दो जगह चालू है भाई इनका और पीछे हो गया तो मैं यही चालू कर दूंगा अरे भाई और एक ऐड है ये तो even 1.5 minute only 1.5 minute left 143 भाई टाटा इजी भाई हम ये देखेंगे A pretty good music. ये चालू नहीं है ना भाई माउस स्पोर्ट्स आर इन द लीड ऑन द मेन स्ट्रीम अच्छा है उनके लिए बहुत अच्छा माउस स्पोर्ट भाई 40 सेकंड ही है यार। डना 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 डना। मैंने ये स्ट्रीम का लिंक तो भेजा नहीं किसी को। कौन आएगा देख, हमको कौन आएगा? नो वन विल वॉच मी नाउ। वहाँ पे क्या छोड़ना मुझे।
Well, after less than an hour spent on map 1, a very quick one indeed, Astralis take the 1-0 over Spirit, starting on their opponent's map pick of Overpass. Didn't really.
But let me check, भाई वो लोग कहाँ पे हैं? यहाँ पे है वो?
Oh my God, he's found RPK. If he goes any further,
हाँ ये रहे।
At least I don't know where he is. I'm joking. But Carrigan.
भाई आपको यार हमारे में होना चाहिए Astralis वाले मैच में। What are you doing there, man?
You're happy to see that if you're an Astralis fan. Very clean.
कोई बात नहीं।
Absolutely, and that's what I mean. You know,
कोई तो कर रहा है
casting
बहुत बढ़िया।
rounds that little string together of the 4 rounds that they found on the offensive side was actually really nicely done. You know, they were able to sort of keep their composure, find it out, and then eventually get to the point where Astralis needed to eco. But then, unfortunately, they succumbed to the eco, lost the pistols, and yeah, then it was pretty much really hard for them to get back into the game from there on out. So still some nice shots, some nice little moments. You know, Mer had some really nice 1-digs and everything during the course of the first map, but now we move into look, as we've already sort of touched upon. I'm never going to call a series end early because, you know, still anything can happen. That's the most exciting thing about
you on C.
But by the way Astralis was coming out to charge, they're here to play and they won't close this one out.
B पे रहना है?
Yeah, I mean,
हमारा मैच B पे है तो हम B पे
their
रहेंगे।
nuke is pretty scary. I of course not going to call it early. I reckon Spirit can give us a little bit of something here. They did have a few rounds that look pretty good on Overpass, and Astralis admittedly haven't played Overpass in quite some time. There is no recent Overpass demos of Astralis to study if you're Team Spirit, but there is Nuke. You can have that's probably incorrect grammar. You have the ability to have looked at their Nuke demos before time, so we'll see if Spirit are prepared for this. Surely that they would have at least suspected, if not known, that it was going to be brought against them unless they banned it. So hopefully they're a bit more prepared. It was certainly dominance on Overpass, though. Talking again about Team Spirit, having a look at some of these rounds, there was some sharp aim from the Team Spirit guys. They did have some good showings. Like, Mer with the Deagle here was incredibly sharp. It's just Astralis were way too clean. Way too clean. And also incredibly confident as well. They had some massive pushes and flanks, especially early on.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. You know, I felt like not all of them, but there was a couple of those rounds where Team Spirit was actually able to pick up, where I felt like it was Astralis maybe overstepping. You know, they were super confident. They're happy to just roll on in, but then they've won 2 ecos with these pistols. This round here, where Magis was able to pick up the
always wins with
ecos. Just people walking into him in the end. So yeah, look, again, clinical stuff from Astralis.
That's what that was.
Right, we see it now.
We didn't see it from that POV, yeah. So he just walked in and was like, oh, there's a hole in the smoke and a guy. That's unfortunate. That's not the way you want that to go. I like the position for Chopper, but never going to end too well if that happens to you. But that's Overpass done and dusted. As a reminder, if you have just joined us, we are looking at Astralis vs Spirit. We're looking at Dust 2 if we get there. Wait,
yeah, look, Dust 2.
Is it Dust 2?
ये लोग इनके यहाँ पे 4 बजा है, 2-3 तो बजा ही है रात के, तो भी इनको एक भी बगा नहीं। मेरे को इधर की क्या टाइम है मैं बताऊँ? It is only 9:59 PM. मेरे को इतना नींद आ रहा है। मुको भाई ये बात को मुको।
It's a map that I love. It's got so much depth. It's super technical, and it can be very, very challenging if you're going up against a team that knows what they're doing.
Sorry, bro. I was gone. Who won? Oh भाई, what a rhyme!
You know, some of the top teams in the world.
भाई आपके लिए तो भाई एक मीम चलाना ही पड़ेगा. This deserves a meme. Nice rhymes, man. GTA San Andreas. वाह इतना बड़ा हमको ढूंढना पड़ेगा। ओ भाई इतना बड़ा कैसे हम मीम कैसे ढूंढे यार। हाँ ये रहा आपके लिए ये मीम है।
Nice rhymes, man. Nice rhymes, man.
Hope you got it. भाई कोई बात नहीं भाई, अभी मैच अभी कोई जीता नहीं है। No one has won. It is only break. Half time. Oh sorry. Oh sorry Biroder, sorry. Astralis won. They won the first map. There are total 3 maps. First one Astralis won. If second one opponent wins, if second one opponent wins, so they have to go to third round. If Astralis wins the second round also, so the match is over. Astralis win the series with Team Spirit. Okay Birode, hope you, my language is something different but okay. भाई देखो इतना सारा म्यूजिक बजा रहे हम, ये कॉपीराइट मारने के लिए पूरी लाइन खड़ी हो गई। ये हमारा बजा क्या है, हमारा बजा ये यूट्यूब हमारा बजा क्या बज गया। ये दे दो 2-3 दे दो, स्ट्राइक मार ही दो। ऐसे बैठते हैं ये लोग तो। यू स्पीक इंग्लिश व्हाट लाइक द स्टोंक्स मैन। You crazy Biroder, I don't know Stonk man. Stonks man. ओ मैं पहली बार देख रहा है। Stonk man. Speaking English. ये Stonk man है, बजा के देखते भाई। Where is Stonkman speaking Angrezi?
Comment time of your favorite meme. Question 1.5 when usually, but you are still alive.
I don't know भाई, आपको सब मालूम है हमको नहीं मालूम। ओके You are God. I don't know. I cannot find anything. आप शांति से देखो। I speak like Stonkman जो भी है। इधर एरो टाइप आ रहा है। You won't get it. Okay. Try me Biroder, try me.
Your favorites will play soon. You hope for the win. Excited about the game.
तब तक कुछ मजेदार दिख रहा है क्या?
Has changed. You start to doubt. Will they pull it
We
off?
live.
Or will they drift
Okay.
away? You pull yourself together because you're sure they're revved
But
up
he
to
is
win.
insane.
You know they prepared. They've picked the right course. And even when there's no chances, you believe they will win. GG bet. Be excited.
हाँ ये बाकी है थोड़ा। ऐड पे ऐड हम थोड़ा गूगल मार लेते हैं। क्या मारे गूगल को? कुछ नहीं मार, छोड़ो भाई, नहीं मार। यू प्ले अमंग अस? ओह नो Biroder, आई डोंट प्ले दैट राइट नाउ बिकॉज आई डोंट हैव Biroders टू प्ले विथ। I am here. Okay, good for you. You are here. Thank you for coming. It is good you are here with my brother and his friends.
GSKILL Pro League is Brought to you in part by Intel.
Oh, I can only see you. I cannot see your brother and your friends here.
Mountain Dew Game Fuel. CS Money. MSI. GG Bet. And
you are alone here. Where is your brother and his friends? Okay, anyway, leave it. Let's get to point. Okay, we will play. I mean, for you to play with Among Us. Oh, yes, yes.
Team Spirit, even though it was
I was joking, bro.
Did go the way of Astralis, and it was not close.
I'm a pretty good joker, you know.
Indeed from them, and now we head into Nuke.
Let's play Among Us.
Cocky, 3 maps, thoughts?
कब खेलने का बोलो
all night, but I don't unfortunately think it will be happening right now. For Team Spirit's sake, I really do hope they show up on Nuke, but of course, you know, we are going up the Giants. I'm excited regardless.
Oh, you joker, of course, man.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think they certainly can. They had some decent rounds, some decent shots on the Team Spirit side of things.
But
Astralis were not only confident, they were just super aggressive as well. They were taking every single fight.
You see the time.
They had control of half of the map within the first 30 seconds of the round on their CT side. So,
okay, bhai, कल बताएंगे.
On Nuke, they'll be starting out on the offense.
अपन को अभी कुछ नहीं मालूम.
Team Spirit have been given the
अपन को अपन का मैच है अभी.
The pistol round now though. CZ for some die young.
बस चीज़ें खरीद लिया.
For Chopper who dropped that CZ over to him.
Professional.
And Astralis immediately heading for the outside play. One player left in radio room by the looks of things, just to scout it out. Might go towards ramp as the rest of Astralis
okay, bro.
go outside here with Util and the bomb. Looks like they're going to wrap around topside.
Okay.
Yeah, straight up. They're already looking to take control of that outside position. Might move into heaven shortly, but Chopper, he's happy to sort of drop maybe. Does slightly miss that nade. Outside of the ramp position. S-tags will live on for the time being, but Itis Balance can open up nicely onto Glaive. Device will get the trade, but as you mentioned, they're trying to wrap that top side, and in the end, Someday Young does get the trade, moves into lobby, still with the CZ in hand. It's a 3-on-3. A lot of ground to make up here.
3 versus 2
Device, good as always, will be able to find Someday Young.
A पे plant करने के, A पे plant.
So this is an interesting round to come out so far. Device looking huge. The Magix now needs to try and find something.
बढ़िया भाई, वरना जीत गया. यही चाहिए था.
And that will be a beautiful 4K to open up for the big fella. 1-0 Astralis straight up leading this charge, full domination, and there's that smile, that damn smile. Is this where I like shot my fist or something?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Volume.
That was a sick pistol round from Astralis as well. They throw the smokes that you would often see for the drop down secret. And they do have that player on ramp as well, which is also indicative of what could be a lower site push. But instead they wrap all the way around, take the fights on outside and go through to the top side. Obviously, you know, it doesn't hurt that Device finds himself a nice 4K. I just balance on the scout. First time we've seen this so far this series. We'll see what he can do with it. But once again, Astralis taking some outers control. And look at the discipline on Majestic as well. Not peeking until that's Bloom. Doesn't want to risk it.
It's okay. It's okay. We know.
Once again, Astralis going to take some garage control. This time they do send Majestic down secret to try and find some CTs. But just look how much map control they've been given. They have the entire outside of the map, including the approach down to B. Itis Balance is trying to peek out of heaven and watch this, but there's got a lot of angles to cover. And it's Mir who'll be the first point of contact on Majestic with the nade, going to force him away.
Well, that's the point of difference, right? That I guess we have spoken about a little bit. It's just you see these teams and the difference between them. It's like night and day, I guess you could say. Astralis just full confident to go around everywhere. Whereas Team Spirit sort of like take a step back. You know, they're sharp enough to get the job done, but you don't really see them going for these aggressive plays until now. As Chopper does move on in with Someday Young, the swag in hand. They've already taken that top site control, and immediately Someday Young is tagged up, but he does give Majestic a little bit of damage for his troubles.
Safe. Instant safe
in the 4-on-5 rather situation. They have done enough damage, but Magix needs to try find the shot here. The full force obviously is in, but in the end, looks like Someday Young, he's already gone for the save, trying to hold on to what he has in hand with the mag. And Mer still sitting lower side. Chopper's been able to do some additional damage, but again, time will tick. That'll be another round secured for Astralis. And we're going to have to wait one more at least before Spirit do bring out the big boys into the arsenal. Itis Balance should have that AWP, so we'll see how it goes.
Second round पे हम अपना नाम करते हुए.
Here in Chopper's hands, which is pretty decent recovery for them from this round.
It's just we know.
Out of this one.
हमको मालूम है.
So not too bad, all things considered. Astralis, though, they grab themselves another bomb plant, which is going to do good things for their economy once again.
Wait,
Twitch pe get a gun dropped over to device, but
Twitch pe zyada clear hai.
That Mac 10 and upgrade to a rifle. On the Team Spirit side of things, they're dropping around the upgraded pistols they had from last round and just buying a couple more, spending a very small amount of money, just making sure everyone's got a gun, so a few Deagles, CZ, and then of course that Mag 7 and the stolen AK as well. So for very little investment, less than $1,000 each, they're going to be able to do maybe some damage, but Astralis, you saw it from the nade traces there. They've got the XQ coming to the top of bomb site. Look at those smokes and mollies. You can't be anywhere near that secret door or the squeaky door even at all. And Glaive's already in unders.
Super quick, super confident, and that has been, I guess, the talking point of the entirety of this series.
With
the money in the coffer, Spirit will be looking to buy fully into the 4th, but until then, all they can really hope to do is maybe some additional damage. I am liking this position from Chopper, though, being able to take the top of Secret, and they are going to slowly walk their way in. It does look like they're aware of the possible prospect, and will be taken down. Device able to find that trade, and he will actually have S-Tag update to the AK. The upgrade will be secured. So Chopper going down, but at least he's done some damage. So now a 4-on-4. Magix will already be over towards Mega. A couple heading towards the double doors now, about to move into control room. Information spotted. Magix, great shot there. S-Tag, though, has found it, but Magix gets one back. In the end, it is Device.
$700 ne kitna kamal kar diya.
Finding the additional frag, Molotov into the vents. And Someday Young, that's going to keep him out for a little while longer, but Mir's already here. And this has actually been a very good round so far for Team Spirit, doing the damage, but Glaive, he's up close and personal. I don't think Mir's going to be ready for him, no. Someday Young, all on his lonesome in a 1v2, and I certainly think this is going to be Astralis closing it out, but Spirit have done some good damage at least.
He needs to be able to steal a gun here, but it's not going to work at any of the ranges he can fight. He's actually upgraded towards the AK. Spotted Glaive at ramp, and he's going to be able to get that Molotov in the Megaton. There's the chance of the prize.
He knows where he is. He knows where he is. Look at this.
It's not planted for Glaive at all. He could be sticking this. He's tapping his force. Now he's going to be able to jump on it.
Is it? Is it? It's tight.
I think he's got it. Yeah, he does.
He's got it. Yeah, I think he's got it. Well done. Very, very well
nice
done in the end there.
SCY, you are very good.
To sit himself at 3 kills, the man we interviewed prior to the map. Look at him. You got to be happy with that one, but it's just a stone cold gaze, isn't it? It's like, here we go. Here's the entry into the game. We need to continue to lock this down. And look at the investment that Astralis have to make now. IDIS Balance has the AWP in hand. Everyone's got a happy and healthy bank account. Okay, Astralis, they might be sent packing if they don't find this round.
Yeah, their economy is not going to be looking to crash hot, and that is difficult on T side of Nuke, but they're going for the outside play here. Chopper's going to get the nade in deep, and somehow does no damage. I thought for sure that one was going to hit, but it's a very, very fast out as executes their path into secret. Of course. IDIS Balance is aware of this. He's looking for it, as is Mir, going to be jump spotting it. Don't think he spotted the player just yet, but has the Molotov out for when he does. There it is. There's the spot. There's the molly.
Hey!
Unfortunately, bounced back at him.
Molotov fail.
Doesn't go quite where he wanted to, but that's okay.
In the meantime, Astralis are working their way out on the A-bomb side as well. Magix might even just go on fence and join his teammate here.
Will Someday Young find anything? Yep, he will.
S-Tag.
Does spot S-Tags. Punish for walking out the door early. The doorman says no. You must exit for the time being. IDIS Balance in hell, just waiting to see if anyone will peek outside Annex. It looks like Device is toying with the idea. Glaive will be able to at least find one for the equalizer now. He has been taken down very low.
Nice. Oh,
Dupree will be able to open up onto IDIS Balance. A very nice shot there. Obviously, full investment here, and now Dupree charging down onto this lower bomb site. Nur has dropped Magisk in the process.
MIR,
he will then tuck away into the secret box. The dark corner, 30 seconds remain. And the bomb still looking like it's going to head towards B, but this might be the old classic head up through the vents, take the A side with the Someday Young.
Nice, bhai. Clear.
Glaive.
Kar do, bhai, kar do. Plant kar do. Easy.
And that's going to open up the A bomb side for them. Everyone else in Team Spirit was gambling on lower. There was one player on the upper bomb side, and they cleared him very efficiently indeed. They do have CTs encroaching on all sides, but when I say on all sides, there's only 2 of them. 2 versus 3 for Magix and Mir to try and clear. And here's Glaive on the backstab, not ready for it at all. Device stole
Glaive ko knife karne dete set.
Astralis clean it up. That is the buy shut down, and The money's actually not great on Team Spirit. They're going for attack timeout. Now, Samdai Young has $7,000, so he can afford to drop pistols for all the homies.
Team Spirit ने लिया है टाइम आउट.
Or you can just go for
हमसे कुछ कास्टिंग बास्टिंग एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करने का हमको आता नहीं है.
Really not looking so solid. That's one of those
कुछ भी बोल देते हैं हम तो फिर.
I hope they also do kiss the homies, tuck them in. Be missing that right now tonight, as we'll be heading to bed shortly after this one. But the cool thing is, after this game, Tim, we will be sending over to some more Australians. The boys will be in the studio doing the NA League game shortly after. So they've been having an amazing run. They're completely nocturnal at the moment, which is kind of funny to think about it.
Yeah. Like, for us, this is just an extra late night. For them, it's like, yep, sleep during the day, cast at night. The dream.
No, it's been wild. Proud of them, though. They've been doing a super good job. 3 people on the desk. You're loving to see
Team Spirit eco pe.
But yep, as you said, it'll just be pistols dropped for the homies indeed. And only P250s. They've not chosen to invest too heavy. It's just kind of really a little bit, I guess, of hurt for Spirit as, you know, this money position, they're not really able to invest a whole lot back, even into the next round. So it's like, you know, you win that one so well, and then unfortunately just immediately sent back onto the back foot so straight away. But anyway, look, they picked up the pistol kill, and there's another. Nerf finds device, but quickly traded out by Dupree.
I love the aggression to lobby to start that round off, and now they need to try and find some headshots here. RYZEN has the angle and the chance, but not the shot. Samdai Young here with the stolen AK to try and find something, but he's getting grenaded.
Cable आ रहा था, मैं check कर मारने गया था.
Magisk, dang it, also with the gun locked behind the smoke. Might be able to find Magisk. There's the backstab.
ले गया, Dupree ले
गया. Does get it done. Gives himself up to Dupree though, and Samdai Young 1 versus 2, 36 HP, no kit, no util, save the AK. That said, this has been a pretty damn good pistol round for Team Spirit. They've got themselves 3 kills. They've upgraded to 1 AK out of it. This could have gone much worse for the investment of what, around $3,000, a little less than that, $2,000 or so from Samdai Young. Could have gone worse for them. Astralis will grab their 4th round on the T side, but not without cost.
Not very well done there from Samdai Young in the end. Well, just to get out with that AK, Magic's nice shots as well.
ये round भी हमारे नाम.
Spirit are doing damage, but it's Astralis who can just continue to march through. They've got enough money for the full investment into this next round, being the 6th. But look, you know, once upon a time, the best team in the world for such a long time. The only change out currently being S-Tag for Zipnix, who is still taking that break from CS. And look, well needed, right? It's been a wild year.
Device now
very wild year. And do you know the craziest part? Like, I was thinking, my boss said to me only a short time ago, he goes, I think we need to book the Christmas party. And I've gone, oh my God.
Yeah, the what?
3 months
June.
from
what
Christmas? Like, how?
Well, his RYZEN taking a very aggressive angle here towards Outer. Gets flashed and mollied out. Astralis smell a rat. And there's 3 players here. Majestic's going to find one and next, but the grenade is too good. S-Tag, though, is going to get it done. And Samdai Young pinned down inside the annex.
Instant save.
Troubles, but it's a 4 versus 2.
Instant save करेंगे.
And CTs are already going to save. 1:20 and they're back into spawn. Astralis wrapping that one up very quickly. A couple picks on outside. They collapse in the upper bomb site, and it locks Team Spirit out straight away, saving the M4 and the AWP.
Quickly as it comes, it also goes, unfortunately, for Team Spirit once more. They have been denied entry from their own bomb site in the end. Astralis locking that one down. Their post plants are so well set. And this is what I mean, though, right? Like, you could never blame these a team like Spirit sort of being a little bit nervous going into a matchup like this, right? Like, Astralis are just so good. But Spirit, I feel like a little bit of a change in confidence and a change in pace may actually catch Astralis off guard if they look to take some sort of control of maybe lobby or something along those lines, maybe a late retake outside. I don't know. Like, there's a reason I'm a caster, not a player, but it just seems to be without, you know, breaking down how they're playing and what they're doing, it just seems to be that lack of confidence that Spirit have right now. And I'm not saying you need to charge and hold W into, you know, one of the best teams in the world. Just maybe a little bit of a shake to go, all right, guys, come on. We're just as good as Astralis. That's exactly what Samdai Young said coming into this game. As in, you just got to treat every game as every single one.
Hiko detected. We're going to play an XM on top of Hut.
Nice.
Let's do it.
We'd love to see it.
By Nova.
Yeah, it's situationally very good, that gun. It's one of the only spots on this map that is really good, but it does work. Playing the edge of the smoke there, Outers as well, but Astralis are looking for some ramp control for the first time, really, with multiple people, and Magix is going to be the one ready for this. Multiple players standing in front of him, and look how passively he's playing this. He's ready to drop down as soon as any aggression comes through, and Device is ready for that narrow angle. The Molotovs are there. They're trying to flush him into Device. They're trying so hard. The shots are through, but he hasn't been taken down just yet. So far, no pick for Astralis, but they've at least got a little bit of info. They know that he's towards ramp.
Both intense, yeah.
And they did have some control of outers. Majeska's still hanging around there, but hasn't found too much for himself just yet. And of course, SDY, Samdai Young, an ever-present threat around this hut with that XM. But Astralis taking this one slow. 50 seconds to play, and they're reconsidering to go outside. They'll get the smokes down for the cross as well, just to make sure they're super safe. Idis Balance will be able to call that and maybe see over it, depending on his position. He was up in heaven, but more importantly, Chopper's here and waiting for it. There's the head, spots it out. And he'll be able to delay as well. 35 seconds for Astralis. They're going to start moving pretty quick here, and Eztag looks to be the one to do it.
They have gone very, very slow, but you know Astralis aren't exactly fearful of running the time down. 25 seconds left as they do creep towards B, but it actually is going to be Glaive just maybe trying to sell a little bit of a fake down towards the lower side.
15
Looks
seconds.
like they are going to move in from lobby now. Exactly. Dupree will find his Idis Balance, but I think this could be Samdai Young to actually deny some form of control. They still should be able to get this bomb plant. It's going to be tight. They do have 2 seconds remaining, so they'll get the job done, but now it's a 3-on-3. Full retake needs to come through, but there's Device to find Mia. S-Tac will drop magics in the process as well. Now it's all on the Chopper, and he's just going to save.
Yep.
Technically, this is a position where you might be able to somewhat go for it, but a 1v3, super, super spooky. But again, another round found by Astralis. Relatively uncontested. They were able to go super, super slow, maybe being like, Mary Spirit's going to
if you want to leave, don't go there.
Those lines, but it just didn't happen. Astralis, once again, slow, methodical. They find 6, and they are just not looking to stop anytime soon.
Although, you say uncontested, Samdai Young gets 1 more kill, or even just a little bit more damage.
Yeah,
in that position on A, and it's over. Astralis had that one, but it was certainly risky to go that slowly. But it's a calculated risk, and it paid off for them. And oh boy,
इधर बहुत नींद आ रहा है boy.
Their T side. Looking at the stats, Dupree leading the charge, 124 ADR, 8 frags. Device right there with him. And over on the side of Team Spirit, SDY, the man we interviewed, Samdai Young, 86 ADR. Given it his best, but only 1 round found on their CT side so far. It's not looking great so far for Team Spirit, but then again, it's what we expected on this map. It is a very, very good one for Astralis. And we'll have a look at the money in a second here. I saw a glimpse of it just before we went to this screen, and it is looking worrying. Chopper in this position could have done a little bit more. And again, right here, Astralis going down to the lower bomb side. That's how Device finds that. Right, the double take. But they were looking at going down lower. They lose the player, they reconsider, collapse onto A.
बहुत easy, ऐसे कैसे हारेंगे?
7k on Eztag, 6k on Glaive, just under 6k.
वापिस Nova.
That molly doesn't quite spread far enough to deny SDY though.
हाँ भाई Aztec का बहुत अच्छा
काम. He's done it again, same thing, right? Oh, okay, Chopper. Completely blind, finds 2 towards the door. Now Magisk might be able to try and find something, but no, it's Chopper again.
Wow.
And this is the round that we needed to see from Spirit.
By 1 versus 4, ऐसे कैसे इतना जल्दी हो गया
है? Walked into it, I guess you could say, and now Device slowly creeping his way towards Annex. You're never going to put a 1v4 past this man, but it's an excellent round from Chopper. Did super, super well. Device spotted up from heaven, and really, there's not a whole lot this man's going to be able to do. Just has to try and run away. I'm interested at like how hungry Spirit are for this though.
But Device is a crazy person.
Left on the clock. Device is going to be able to save this, but you've got the bomb down on the site. You've got the positional advantage. Just sit down and be still, and that's okay. They did in the end. They didn't overextend, and now was able to find that frag onto Device. So finally, we get Spirit back on the board. They obviously have had that 1 round at least, so we do see them sitting at 2. The money is a little bit better than it was in the previous time where they had to go for that full purchase in. But Astralis, of course, still plenty of money in the bank account. Completely white, beautiful.
Just remember for that, by the way, the fact that we can see through that flash is just a spectator thing that Valve added, so we can see what's going on. Yep. He was full white.
हाँ, सही बात है.
Nothing on his screen at all, and he manages to find both of those.
भाई Aztec अपना पुराना है.
Incredibly fast down through the mid. They're already on lower, while the rest of Astralis repositioned to try and support him, and nobody is down here for Spirit. They're all on the upper bomb site or playing ramp. Eztag straight through the middle of all of them.
Again, all of that control found so early on. Just the information that's able to be obtained, you know, within the first 30 seconds of the round that Astralis keep doing time and time again. Now those outside smokes the wall to allow them to move on over, but IDIS balances position. He should be able to at least spot one over the top of the smoke, but look at Device. Device looking for him. There's a shot. Great opening there from Device. From Magisk as well to afford him that extra time. Now they do creep into low S-tag. Already there. Exactly. We spoke about other information that was able to be gained. It's that pincer attack, isn't it? Able to get the information straight away, deny any sort of control of retaking that lower bomb site, and immediately Astralis all over it. This could very well be a save again for Team Spirit, unfortunately, which I feel like has just been a recurring trend, right?
Look how thorough they are. They haven't even peeked, and they've wallbanged everything in that corner, including through the wall from Vent, which I'm not sure I've seen that before, to be honest with you. I guarantee you it's been done, but I've definitely seen that spot cleared from underneath through the floor. I've never seen it cleared through the wall.
Instant save.
It's an interesting one, but either way, it's Team Spirit saving once again. Their economy not looking too great. They should be able to get some more guns out here. They'll be able to drop them over, but man, Astralis really running away with this one so far. On their T side, already at 7 rounds here. And Spirit have had to save quite a lot of these rounds.
कितना 10.5 हुआ ना 10
yeah, it's just sort of
11-15 के आसपास खत्म हो जाना चाहिए.
Right? Like for them, not for us. Astralis, we're watching very, very dominant Counter-Strike, and it's something that you never really put past. I remember my thoughts sort of on a very one-sided affair in regards to, you know, just pure dominance in that sort of sense. It allows you to just sort of, I guess, understand just pure dominance in that sort of sense. It allows you in regards that you never really put past. I remember my thoughts sort of on a very one-sided affair. It's not usually a much better team, you know, absolutely denying a much worse team, right? It's usually just a really, really, really good team that is able to just completely outsmart and outwit a team that is learning, growing, and getting towards that top level. But it's not just like, you know, global.
भाई दोनों टीम जाते हुए अपने-अपने जगह पे.
So watching Astralis dismantle a team like Spirit as they are doing so far,
Spirit ने बहुत सारे grenade डाले.
And that's like giving me a new appreciation, you know. It makes one-sided games no longer as boring for myself.
Astralis this is a glitch. Played very pretty Counter-Strike is the way that I would put it.
67 तो इधर यहाँ पे गया आना चाहिए. यहाँ
game in particular. यहाँ के 60 हाँ 67. Nice, well thought out.
Glitches.
It's over. I don't know. This is going to sound incredibly nerdy, and let me be, but I guess it is nerdy Counter-Strike.
भाई मैं कि सारे
it's little things we got to
सारे corners check मारेंगे.
And it's nice. It's nice. I've talked to Blair about this as well. Right? It's the same thing. It's like, yep, it's nerdy, but they just play good CS. And you're like,
Astralis अपना smoke डाल देंगे क्योंकि जरूरत है तो डालेंगे ही. Time pass तो नहीं करेंगे भाई. ओह हर जगह smoke कर.
Yeah, perfect smokes.
No missed smokes. All time.
Just everything.
Love to see it.
Just Astralis stinks.
Not that no other team can throw that smoke execute properly because you know.
यहाँ पे 1v1 Megis को versus Aztec.
Watching these boys. 45 seconds
और एक MIR right पे है. खुद हमको मालूम इनको क्या पता.
Have complete control of that, and they've confined Team Spirit to inside of the map here. Aztec has 2 players on him here at ramp, but he's going to destroy the first one and doesn't check the other player. Has knife out.
Poor Aztec.
So Magix will get that one for free. 30 seconds, and they do look like they want to collapse on upper here, where Someday Young is here. Got the backup of Chopper as well inside a hut, and once again, Astralis running this clock down. They got to get moving pretty quick, and that flash heaven will be heard.
डाल दो easy.
To get moving, try and lock Astralis out of the site because the Molotov is there. And where it go? 11 seconds left on the clock, and inside Annex will be the bomb. Look at Someday Young's positioning. If he can deny Dupree, maybe, just maybe,
there is. On
the right side, he will be able to find it, and there it is. Someday Young on the site, denying it all. And just after the time, I don't exactly know why Magix was there peak. They are able to lock Astralis out.
Pretty good match.
Fine. And this time, it does not pay off. Spirit back in the game. 3rd round. Still going to be a challenge, but I am proud of them for persevering and continuing to push because this is the level of CS that they want to compete at and they want to be able to consistently play.
सही बात है.
They're continually improving.
भाई वापस दोनों टीम अपना जगह लेते हुए और हम एकदम गंदी कास्टिंग करते हुए.
It's always going to be a challenge.
MIR ने पुश मार दिया है भाई.
Good nades early on to try and shut Magisk out, and there's
ऊपर देख रहे हैं? देख गया. मार दिया भाई. भाई हमारे टीम का Aztec और डुप्रे दोनों ही निकल गए भाई.
And Astralis this time have been hard counted on outers.
Not very
They've
good.
Had players out here trying to sneak through these smokes
but still recoverable.
But this time they've been punished for it. 2 players down. Glaive coming through Squeaky
Oh, but what a luck.
Is ready for this. Did he spot? Yep, he didn't need spot Magist going into that corner. 2 versus 5 already. Minute 15 to play. Make it a 1v5 as Idis Balance finds a wallbang somewhere. Now it's all on to Glaive.
अरे ले गया कोई बात नहीं.
Okay.
Easy by easy.
Where was this Spirit?
Nice try. Nice.
They've shown up now.
हाँ भाई.
Spirit
अब अपना रंग दिखा.
I'd like to see it. 4 rounds that they've secured. Astralis, they're going to be looking down the barrel of an eco now. Maybe some pistols, maybe some deagles just for good measure.
भाई एक ही deagle लिया है.
Maybe 2 if he so chooses.
Device से.
है ना बहुत उतावला है बहुत. And Dupree. But yeah, look.
Big Glaive Tech 9.
Been a little bit slow, but I've found so far the frags he's found, albeit only 4,
combination
have been quite impactful during the course of the game. It's been Sunday Young leading the charge for these boys, actually leading the charge for the server, 11-5. The AWP is in the hands of Idis Balance. It hasn't really found them a whole lot of success right now, so we're going to have to see if that will change the pace. Chop up, able to at least drop the device in the process. Magisk, though, has the deagle in hand. Is he going to be able to find anything? No, Mert will take him down, and another. Now S-Tag inside the lobby. Glaive will be there with him. They've just got the Tech 9 in hands. And a single smoke for Glaive.
Tech 9, एक headshot.
Spirit, well and truly back in it to win it here. This will be their 5th round. Magic's nice and clean there on the shots. Denying the ramp. And yeah, there we go. Spirit. Only 2 rounds away from their rivals in this map of Astralis.
नहीं बिल्कुल नहीं ऐसा नहीं हो सकता.
As the scoreline sits at 7-5.
We will win. इस बार क्या हर बार जीतते हैं, इस बार भी जीतेंगे.
Working their way back into it now. The economy is actually set for them, which is very nice. All sitting on a substantial coffer of cash. Astralis, they are bought back into this, but it's no AWP out for device, and they've had to fully invest to get the 5 AKs even, and the full utility. Going for a fast play, grenade to break the door.
push मार दिया.
Cover the vents, so they can go for the drop if they want to, which is why you see Chopper spamming that. They're not through it, but they're forced a reaction out of Team Spirit, and Mur doesn't want them sneaking through these smokes again. That's why he's distracted.
Direct, अपना पूरा technique, नीचे direct.
Does make it down the vent in time. He's now going to do the same thing he's been doing, lurk out into that lower bomb site, and again, no one's there. No one is there for Spirit. They're heading down through Megaton now, but he's beat them to it. And if S-Tag can make something happen on this lower bomb site, then it could be very interesting indeed. He would have heard those windows break. Teammates heading over towards Secret to come join him, but he's going to have to put some work in here. 2 players in front of him.
He's been so good in this series so far, S-Tag. Found plenty, of course, on overpass and just continues to pick up that control. There's the first.
Mar gaya.
Will go down. We know there's more. Magic's gonna go down to his brother of Magisk. Now Idis Balance fires a pop shot into about 5 players almost. It was 4 in the end. But unfortunately, no, it was all 5. Every single one was there pretty much. But at the end of the day,
by instant save,
they actually have to exit out once more. And this is what I
mean.
Right?
Around Hamar Naam.
CS position where Astralis can just open the door, invite themselves in. And then really they're stuck for the rest of the round. It's so hard to get back into a round like that where Astralis have just taken so much control so early. And to not really have the confidence to take the gamble, take the risk. Dropping device outside. But it, again, is going to be an 8th round for Astralis. They continue to dominate despite a few rounds back in for Spirit. It still doesn't feel as close as the score would depict.
We shall see. Astralis going to come out of it with 2 guns. I think it'd be interesting to have a look at how Spirit are going to adjust to this, because they know that lower bomb site has been exploited by someone just throwing themselves down vents, getting out through the utility. That is very difficult to stop because, you know, there's smokes there. You can't exactly put Molotovs in it because there's smokes. You can't really rely on spamming nades in it because you just can't have that many. But you can, of course, put someone in the vents. You can just have a hard anchor on the lower bomb site.
I have to turn off camera.
They have had a ramp player this whole time, but Astralis haven't really gone ramp at all. They have attacked the lower bomb site in either with someone entering in through vents or going out through secret with a wall of smokes. They've got 3 players towards outers. Let's have a look and see if they've got anyone on lower. They still don't, but they're hearing all of this. Mur knows it's here, but he's going to get found through the smoke anyway. And now they'll be going straight down onto B, where again, nobody is waiting for Team Spirit.
Sumdar Young is there. He will be able to at least find Glaive. Now Dupree trying to march through this smoke, but S-Tag is going to find him again. Mr. Consistent, 9-9 is the scoreline for this man right now. Magix is in a decent position. He might be able to look over towards Decon, but Dupree isn't going to be opening that door just yet. Now waiting to see if Magisk is going to be swinging around through control room. Just waiting patiently, seeing what else is going to come out. We do have Itis Balance now moving towards Megaton. And it definitely looks like it is going to be that B-side attack. A minute left on the clock. They've got plenty of time to work with, but now they do charge through. On the other side of the smoke, Chopper will be able to pick up Dupree here. Magix, he's heard the footsteps, but he's been baited by it. Magisk will be able to find him. Now Itis Balance on the other side of the smoke at Mega. Does have the AWP in hand. He's waiting. Oh, he's bided his time, but the bomb actually does go down. He hasn't found the frag quick enough, and Magisk will strike. Now Chopper having his feet tickled, which is not exactly a pleasant experience. 2 points of HP. Magisk going to be able to close it out. And Astralis, they will find 9-4 ahead as we move on into the final round of the half. Number 15 it will be. And Astralis, again, just proving their dominance, continuing to charge, and putting on a very entertaining bit of Counter-Strike for us this evening.
Yeah, goodness me. That must have been almost same tick for bomb planted versus when he was killed.
Yeah,
I thought
absolutely.
the animation was for sure going to get cancelled, but he did get it down. Either way, Astralis, 4 rounds to the good on the T side of their own map pick, looking to make it 5 here. And Team Spirit, it's going to be a steep mountain to climb on their T side. Not undoable, of course, but impossible, probably better. Certainly a difficult task for them. And once again, Astralis going, oh, the timing, going for this push down secret through this wall of smoke. Samir stops shooting at just the wrong moment. And they've left Device here to lurk, actually, trying to catch someone sneaking through the smokes. Chopper knows this is a vulnerability and is set and ready for it this time. But again, he is solo holding this bomb site. He has a smoke keeping them at bay, but that's about it. The molly will force him off that angle and give Astralis access. And while Itis Balance has come down through Megaton, he is here with the AWP. He's also splitting his attention with Ramp. So it's going to be a difficult one for Spirit to hold on to.
Once again, a much slower sort of round from Astralis. They have taken this control of lower. They are just now on the other side of the double doors. Look at this position from Chopper, though. Should be able to find the right amount of timing. Itis Balance, though, he has looked away to the wrong location. Chopper, though, is at least able to find one. S-Tag finds the trade. Now Itis Balance in a bit of a tricky spot, but we'll be able to find the shot. A great one indeed onto Magisk. Now, the bomb is dropped inside that control room. 30 seconds remain. And I am liking this lurk position, of course. Coming out from, I believe it's Device outside. Yes, it is. S-Tag needs to collect that bomb in just a second. With 20 seconds remaining, he's probably making the calls. They come up the vents if you can, my friend.
Oh, my goodness.
There is 3 hungry members, and exactly right. Oh, the timing Mia. I don't think Device spotted him, but in the end, he will. S-Tag gets taken low. A little bit of a scare, a spook, if you rather. But in the end, Sunday Young, Magix, and Itis Balance in a 3v2. They need to try and find this. S-Tag's going for the risky peek, is inside that annex position. Itis Balance slowly walking on in, but he will hit the quick scope. Great shot there as Device now in a 1v3. Oh, the nade onto the top of the head, but there's one. Oh, he made it scary. But in the end, it will be Team Spirit to solidify themselves a 6th round here as we do close out the half with a 9-6 scoreline.
भाई मैं आ गई यार कैमरा का बैटरी पे चार्जिंग में रख दिया है भाई ट्विच का देख लेते ट्विच भाई कहाँ पे चल रहा है ट्विच का आगे है तो वही कर देंगे इनका ऐड है What a good music. Astralis play CT the bestie. Grab a 3 that round to warm things up a bit. भाई वन ओ they are आगे भाई इनको हम देखेंगे pretty good music by I tell you the truth. भाई डिवाइस पानी पीते हुए
dominance from Astralis in their first half of Nuke, but
Glaive
life yet in Team Spirit. It was a
इनका नाम नहीं मालूम
than it looked like it was going to be at the start
नहीं
of
मालूम
the game. So we'll see what the second half has in store for us here. It was a 9-6 in favor of Astralis on their T side. Swapping over now to the CT side. And speaking of Astralis, they proposed that we rename Magix on Team Spirit to Magix Boy just to make it easier for us. And to that I say, thank you, Astralis. It's already hard enough to talk. Appreciate it.
Man.
भाई आता है
$1 that is how
ऐसे बोलता है
they are that Astralis will pick up the dub here, boss man. But with the bomb being planted, at least it does give Team Spirit a little bit of a chance to find their way back into this map, let alone the series. With Debris swinging wide, finding the opening here.
Wow, Megis
able to find one more. Mer will go down. So
you are
Chopper
superior
at the hand of Glaive. Now Itis balance inside the lobby. Not even able to find it. Had all the
Device,
time
you are
to
also
control.
superior.
Sunday Young now in a 1v4 here. Device very, very low, swinging around. He's actually going to go for the other side, over towards the door.
Nice
swinging on in though. He doesn't miss those, as it is a nice little defuse to come through for the boys.
What do you understand, Astralis man?
4 members live on, and Spirit unfortunately cannot secure the bag.
So we're looking at Astralis pushing ahead to 11, maybe even 12 rounds here off the back of that pistol. And Team Spirit, odds stacked against them on their T side here. That pistol would have been a great way to equalize things, even it up, especially given how dominant Astralis were on map number 1. But of course, not out of this yet, they are actually going to go for the force here, try and prevent Astralis from setting that CT economy too early, stop them from running away with this half. And of course, the buy is shaky. It's Galil's and a Scout. It's not amazing, but it's something to challenge Astralis with here. And for their part, rifles and a UMP.
By Galil, yeah.
They can take this one away, or at least do some serious damage, and they can stop Astralis running away with this half. But again, they don't have much time left to get this one rolling. Astralis only needs 6 more rounds to take the map and the series.
Chopper.
Spirit need to start this one off pretty hot. And it's Chopper who's looking for contact on outside.
Certainly feel like I do need to
device ready है MIR के लिए.
Spirit is certainly giving it a red hot crack though, you know, like they are playing very, very well. Just sort of taking that one extra step forward. The amount of rounds that Spirit have actually been able to find and collect. Overpass in the end was a 16-7 scoreline, but the way they actually managed to sort of maneuver around that city side was quite solid. So we are seeing an opening pick here for Chopper. That is the trade after losing Magix Boy. Thank you, Astralis, a short time ago. And now trying to be a Stewie 2K representative. The Smoke Criminal will be denied here in this position. Now it's back to a 4-on-3. Team Spirit taking control of the reins.
And Astralis look like they're pulling out of this one to
save. But it's okay. Bomb plant kar diya bhai.
Maybe.
Could very well be. Yeah, I think they are.
They were running away, but okay, never mind. I thought someone was contesting. What the? No, they're not. They are indeed going to be saving. I think I saw the stairs just was on out of the corner of my eye and was like, oh, that's lower because my brain doesn't work at 3:12 a.m. in the morning. But
easy, bhai.
Still.
They're
finding themselves their first T-sided round here on Nuke, and they bite back after the pistol very, very quickly indeed, only losing the one player this buy was all Galils and a scout, so they're not going to want to hold onto these weapons for too long. But more importantly, they've put a stop to the economy of Astralis pretty much straight away. They've even upgraded to an AUG out of it. And while Astralis will save a couple of M4s,
Astralis will save a couple of M4s.
Well, like I suppose the good thing here for Astralis is the fact that they managed to keep on those 3 rifles. Now they are going to be surely forcing around it, I would say. It looks like Glaive has reinvested to purchase some additional utility there. So checking up as the cheeky little pause does come through, this time actually in favor of Astralis. So Team Spirit, they're putting the pressure on. You know, they're applying it right now. Astralis are having to take a little step back because we look at the frags here. The disparity is actually very even in comparison.
वो तो बताने का जरूरत नहीं है इतना तो मालूम चल
गया. Certainly not out of this one just yet. Of course, they are on the T side, which in theory is the disadvantaged side on Nuke, but Astralis showed that wasn't the case, and maybe Team Spirit will be able to replicate that. Of course, they are fighting to push us through to map 3 on Inferno, and they've got a fair way to go yet, but let's have a look at the buy here. Yeah, that's about what I thought. They've reinvested in some upgraded pistols for those players, or actually, yeah, just reinvested in some pistols for those players who did die in the last round, and going to be trying to make this work with the 3 rifles. On Team Spirit side, yeah, they've kept those 3 Galils, but they've got an AUG and an AK to back it up as well. This buy is actually pretty good for them, and if they can take this, it really will put Astralis' economy in the bin and slow them down.
And that's exactly what they'll be looking for right now. Astralis have been very much in control of this series the full way through, but maybe it's the T side that might sort of fire up Spirit in the sense that they have to be confident. They have to take their full control of requirement. Magic's slowly making his way towards ramp. There is one on the boost spot. That's S-Tag.
Boost में है बहुत कातिल.
This is one of the ones where it's much harder to clear on the top, but whether or not they're going to line up.
By 2 को लेके.
By Glaive. And in the end, it's 3 quick kills as a response. Look at this. IDIS balance with 2. Chopper, Sumda Young getting the job done. It's all in a Dupree here. But look at the position of Spirit. They're low. 4 HP for Sumda Young, 7 for IDIS balance. All of them 3 combined. Actually, less than what Dupree has in full. But it's not going to matter when he actually looks to the opposing side. Chopper will shoot him in the side of the head, taking him down quickly. And now Spirit in it to win it. 8 rounds they've found.
Spirit in it to win it.
They should very well find 9 here, Team Spirit.
What are you saying?
Bring it up to a very, very close position before Astralis really have an opportunity to start to kick this thing into overdrive.
Astralis is going to buy 2 HE grenades, so probably just going to go and peg them at lobby or down outers, just somewhere where they can try and get themselves a free kill or a free bunch of damage. Looks like it is indeed going to be outers, lobbing them through, and unfortunately, Chopper with the SMGs in front of them all, running through this. Teammates have come from behind a bit slow.
Glaive को लेगा पहले ही.
Well, by Mir up on the boost. Dupree, not going to be an SMG at that range. Thought maybe he might have hit the timing for a second there, but so unlikely that happens. This is just USPs for Astralis. They found 1 frag, surely no more. So many players here from Team Spirit.
What did we almost see that round from Na'Vi where they almost won out the pistol round completely on Inferno? Just USPs. And Device. Oh, he knows where Chopper is. Does Chopper even look to clear this? No, he does!
कोई बात नहीं.
Good man. Nice and smart. Does.
अरे रोकना नहीं था.
It is 1 round in it. 9-10 is the scoreline. Astralis still in the driver's seat. Now they will get that full buy in. Device has foregone the idea of picking up the AWP. I think they're toying with it right now that S-Tag might pick it up for him. Very well, though. You know, I guess, obviously, there are some lines. There it is. Does purchase the AWP in the end. Actually going to be S-Tag taking it. And I like to see that, you know, coming in. Taking the AWP up over Device is a very big statement.
Nice.
Now, speaking of statements,
Dupree will take all.
Onto this A side.
Nice, Dupree, nice.
Dupree dropping 2 immediately afterwards, and now it's all in the Magics and IDIS balance.
And S-Tag moved up into heaven.
But S-Tag,
doesn't matter.
hope you can off it.
Frag with the flash from Dupree, still getting involved in the action. Leaves it all in IDIS balance now, 1 versus 4. Only Majesk has gone down on the side of Astralis, and with that bomb in a pretty terrible position, there is not a lot that IDIS balance can do. Surely he might be able to find himself a frag. And here Glaive jumping around, looks for the shot, but does get just
Device
out of the way.
will take down.
Slim angle through Annex will catch him off. Astralis deny the tie.
Will
11 rounds to the 9
Device.
of Team Spirit.
Of course.
The money is there for Spirit. They're going to be able to get another buy into this one. They can reinvest and keep the pressure on. And on Astralis, they do have to spend quite a significant chunk of change to stay competitive in this one, but they do avoid that tie. They do keep up their lead. And again, they're already up 1-0 in this series. If they take out Nuke, this is done.
Exactly right. Only one to get it.
Off the
hands of S-Tag. Nice balance has actually foregone the idea. You know, look, the T side of Nuke, not exactly a necessary requirement, the AWP. The big green.
Push मार दिया भाई, hold कर रहे, कोई बात नहीं भाई, करो
control outside and immediately fighter Magisk and
Dupree Magisk.
4 will be found. All on his lonesome into 1v5, and Astralis,
this is what happens.
They've cracked the whip and they've brought this well and truly back. This should be their 12th round.
This is what happens
easily,
when Universe
but do
supports.
Need to give it to Spirit, because they've done so well to even bring themselves into a closer position. They may very well have a buy. I mean, I'm looking at it. If he gets another kill here, he should be able to be around that 2k mark. But look, still risky. They might just want to save after. But look, we'll give Mir a red hot chance. Walking around, 55 seconds left, but the bomb is down. And all the hungry members of Astralis are there to take it over.
Hungry member.
There we go. There's the info for Glaive. Spots him out. Mer at this point, they know where he is. He's just got to try and shut down the angles here. Find himself any damage that he can.
Of course,
anything will weaken that Astralis economy, and that's what he so desperately wants. The round win, I think, is a lost cause at this point, but maybe they line up.
Eko le gaya bhai.
Oh, the AWP is recovered, not the worst thing. 12-9 now for Astralis. Starting to put that pressure back on Team Spirit, and they have gone for their first tactical timeout as their money is now not looking good. They've done some good damage, but Astralis now, their economy is starting to look
tactical
real
timeout,
dangerous
Team
once
Spirit.
again. And they're only 4 rounds away. Just when you thought Team Spirit were about to tie it up, it might all be snatched away from them.
I thought I was out, but then they pulled me back in. That's what it feels like right now. And that's the thing in the situation, right? Like, it looks like Magix has already made the decision for the team in the fact that he's going to eco. But look, Team Spirit, they could have sort of gone for a cheeky little buy, you know, maybe just sent Chopper in with a pistol, but they would have foregone all utility. So they've played the wise route. They're going to potentially give Astralis another back this eco unless they pull off something delicious. But until then, they are going to just go with the pistols, see what they can find into what will be now the 22nd round of the game. But it does seem that like Astralis are going to continue to edge closer towards victory. And I do love this aggression from Device. There's one. Does he have any more in it? He's gone into the smoke. He's actually retreated too. Moving through the smoke. There's chop up. Flying on into the warehouse. I was about to make a very Australian reference right there, but unfortunately, it might not be worthy of the EU stream. So now into a 2-on-3 Magisk is there though, to make it a little bit of a change.
Very good, man. You are my opponent, but still I appreciate.
Magisk, the bomb is a little while away. Has to go collect it just outside Annex. Obviously, Chopper with no Kevlar. It's going to be a tough round regardless, but he might be on for the long haul here. And I don't blame you. He's got a minute left on the clock to try and reposition.
He's got a long trek to go just to get to that bomb, but any damage he can do is going to be useful. Astralis, their money not quite set yet. So any guns or any more guns that he can rip away is something that could affect them later into the game. But again, we've only got a couple of rounds left, potentially. Here's the first one. Misses the no-scope. There's not a lot of places that bullet can go at that range rather than into Glaive, but unfortunately, he finds one of those spots. Sometimes the AWP does do that, but either way, it's 13-9 for Astralis now. Team Spirit will be coming into this one with the bye. But only 3 rounds left to play, potentially, for Astralis' CT side, and they'll be running away with this series 2-0.
Taking the AWP, Device taking
very well done here. Idis Balance has chosen to pick up the AWP now. Astralis, will they be able to close it? They only need 3 more rounds to do so, taking the entirety of the series here.
भाई 3 नेट डाल दिया लेकिन कोई नहीं मारा, कोई था ही नहीं.
9 rounds. Almost securing that double digit. Still well and truly a couple of opportunities for them to do so. But they need to keep their composure. It certainly started to slip a little bit. Astralis have been dominant in these last few rounds. Now we'll just have to see if they've still got it in stock. But they'll just slow down for the start. They're going to wait patiently. Minute 15 left on the clock, and they've not really made up a whole lot of ground just yet.
double setup towards ramp. Double stack is the word I'm looking for. Device for the AWP as Tag backing him up.
Wow, device.
This is a very cheeky line over the top of this smoke, and Chopper's going to peek it with a grenade out. A couple bullets come his way, and he'll reconsider. Still, though, Astralis with a pretty solid hold on this one.
Tag
thrusting.
Oh,
Device,
nice.
The first shot is there, and he will be landing it. The Molotov's
going
in.
No.
He'll be looking for the refrag here, but Device is going to challenge you. Huge kill.
By Device.
Oh, the confidence, though, right? You love to see it. Device going for that little pop shot, and he will be rewarded. At least able to find a trade back onto Dupree. But now Sumdai Young all alone on a 1v3 situation. Look at this from Device. He's already taken control of ramp. Sumdai Young certainly aware of the prospect. He will drop into the vents and now making a little bit of a move. I think there is actually some vision there. Yes, there is. The Molotov should actually send him off. And now he has to go for a very, very aggressive pick. Look at this, already behind a decon. It's actually Device too. The aggression. Easy, Young's got nothing that he can do.
We won, round
14 now for Astralis. The money has been reset. But look, at least Sumdai Young's still laughing, right? That was a smile I saw, Tim.
And like we said before, if you have joined us and you did miss our sort of pre-show giving context to the series, both of these teams are in the top 4. Astralis currently first in their group and definitely looking to stay that way. So no one qualifies or gets eliminated based on this game. So it's not the highest of stakes for both teams, but Team Spirit certainly said they weren't considering this to be any different than any other match. They were ready to go. Astralis, though, seems also to be ready as they are on fire so far. 2 rounds required, and it is all pistols once again for Team Spirit, going fast out as
Device
is going to hear all of this. Device has somehow found an all pick somewhere.
Device
jumping up on top. There's Device. Glaive looking for the next one down. Not sure if he can see the bomb or not, but certainly knows where it's playing from. Now they know. Here comes 3.
You love to see
all on Sumdai Young, and he's gone as well. That's going to be match and series point coming up for Astralis.
Match and series point.
An evening point for us, of course. We will be interviewing, well, looks to be the likely winner, you know, somebody from Astralis, which is going to be lovely. We'll be able to get the thoughts out after the match before we do close off our portion of the stream. But I did just want to give a big thank you to everyone who has supported us along the way through these 2 best of 3s this evening. The remote casting world is certainly an interesting beast, but when you've got amazing people by your side, it certainly is very, very enjoyable. So big shouts to the production team, of course, the observers, and Team Spirit Astralis putting on a little bit of a show for us.
Direct rush kar diya Magic.
The confidence on that.
Exactly. Magic's boy takes down Magisk.
Device.
Device pushing into lobby. There's the confidence that we're talking about again. Sumdai Young will go down.
Spirit repositioning to go towards outers, and Glaive is here being annoying. He can hear all of these footsteps, and he's going to call it. They're trying to sneak past him. All this gunfire. Will he go for this? He could find the timing. They're going to jump into him. It does find the frag. Going for the beat. There's the bomb down. The trade comes through. 2 versus 2.
This might be the end.
Tag up against Idis Balance and Murph for the match, and Idis Balance is going to be found.
1v2.
Wins the duel.
The bomb.
It falls to Device with bomb control.
Is he going to be able to lock this down, or will Idis Balance hit the shot? That's the only thing. Device in his position, only with the AWP. Could swap over to one of those rifles, but unfortunately it does make the sound cue, giving potential alert to the position of Device. But look at this, Device surely aware of it. How's he done this? Oh, no. The timing was right, but in the end, does get the shot. Device will go down here. So at least Spirit, they're going to find those 10 rounds. So double digits is always nice to see. They give themselves that breath of fresh air. And they will continue kicking for the time being, but Astralis still on series point.
Yes, Astralis still on series point
as well. Again, having to dip into the financial reserves to get it done, but they will have the buy across. And Team Spirit, they've got a good buy too.
I don't think
Sumdai Young limited to the GSKILL. Everyone else fully purchased up, and Astralis did go for some very, very, very aggressive plays, and that almost worked out. We'll see what they set up for this time. Again, it's Glaive with some deep outside control. Idis Balance going to be sticking over the top for him, and he's looking for Glaive. There has been Astralis players in these positions the last couple of rounds, but this time Glaive is tucked into a corner that he hasn't been before, and Device there to provide the long-range backup.
You love this from Glaive, though.
Very slow start from Spirit.
All the control that can be given to this CT member. You know, he's on the opposing side of the smokes. There's no even thought he's going to be there, but in the end, no. I'll eat my words, because Glaive was spotted out by
Device.
And in the end, Device does manage to find one back through the smoke. Unfortunately, that Molotov will be dissipated by very said same smoke. But now they do make their way
into
the warehouse slowly.
Device just sort of LAN angle device. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. But a 4v4 as it stands. I have to take their time, see what will occur. Because I'm trying to work out what really Team Spirit want to do with this. They're trying to take that additional control of outside, maybe get their way into heaven, maybe even wrap down the ramp. We'll have to see.
They are way further forward than Astralis think they are, though.
Exactly, that's right.
3v4.
It's Dupree sneaking in through the hut. Young right on the other side of this wall, but not that he knows it just yet. Bomb flanking around through heaven. 20 seconds left. Team Spirit needs to move really fast here, but Young is going to hit the critical frag. Magisk, though, cleans up one. Eztag is here on the refrag as well. Does some damage. Can't quite find it. Bomb as well. Going to go down. The nade is good. Does a whole bunch of damage. And here comes Eztag to clean it up. Easy as you like. 2 versus 2 for the map and for the series. Solo HP on these players, though. It's almost Young will go down to Eztag.
We won, guys.
Massive round from Eztag. 3k to clean it up, and that'll be Astralis.
We won the series.
Taking the series against Spirit 2-0.
We won the Spirit against.
For you just on the other side of this break.
We won the series against Spirit. अरे Spirit क्यों बोलता? Spirit. कोई बात नहीं भाई. At the end, it doesn't even matter. By East tag. What is this? Bible thumb. Okay. तो दोस्तों आज का स्ट्रीम इधर ही खत्म हुआ. अब तो we'll meet you pretty soon. Bye.